Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I'll make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
What a day. I hope you got some good sleep. Senzo must be besides himself. Put out 2 chairs there today because I'm sure Senzo will be besides himself. Unfortunately, transfer window's closed and we might have to focus on real football now. What transfer stories caught my attention? I think the big one, because it looked like it was dead for a while, was Griezmann to Atletico Madrid. The only plus side about that is that Joao Felix wasn't included in the deal because Barcelona has officially become a dumpster fire. My God, everyone with a pair of legs wants out. How do you tell your children that what are you talking about? The iconic club of this millennium will have Martin Braithwaite and a De Jong. There's as many De Jongs as there are Traores. And one of the De Jongs is playing up front for Barcelona. Jesus wept. We did say a few weeks ago on the show, probably last week, that for Atletico to win the league, they need another good season out of Suarez. But with Griezmann there, that makes them a very powerful prospect. A move that sort of slipped under the radar, not many people pay attention to, but could be quite a big deal, is Portugal left back Nuno Mendes has joined PSG. Not a lot of money for PSG, not a massive deal in the context of this transfer window, but I think in terms of European football and an emerging left back, probably the best left back in football once Luke Shaw retires is going to be Nuno Mendes. So I'm hoping he settles in. Joao Cancelo sort of made a similar move at a similar age and sort of bounced around different countries, different leagues for a while before settling down. So I hope he settles quicker. But in the context of European football, to have Hakimi on one side and Nuno Mendes on the other side, it makes Tottenham a very interesting prospect. Sorry, PSG a very interesting prospect. PSG, Mbappe, shame. Poor guy didn't get his move. Now he just has to deal with living in Paris and playing with Messi and earning lots of money until he gets his move to the Bernabeu. Shame. Thoughts and prayers for Mbappe. But after all, don't feel too bad. His first name is Kylian. Chelsea getting Saul, the league's over as far as I'm concerned. That squad has a zero weakness now. When Kovacic can't even get into your first team, and now you're adding Saul to that, forget about it. This is Chelsea to beat this season. That is a very understated signing, but a phenomenal one. Things I learned in this transfer window, superstars don't always get their way, aka Harry Kane. If a club president says he's broke, and he tries to ruin football to save his club, chances are he's got £200 million somewhere. There's no such thing as a gentleman's agreement. Okay, so if you go to a business meeting today and you come to a gentleman's agreement, I point you to one Mr. Harold Reginald Kane. I don't know if that's his full name, but it is now. And find out how gentleman's agreement worked for him. And also, kind of like, Devi from Carte Blanche, if she shows up at your office and you're not like doing things all above board, you better start shredding papers. I think if Fabrizio Romano starts following your team on Instagram, someone's going. So I learned the name Fabrizio Romano more in the past 2 weeks and probably said it more than I said my own wife's name. The annoying thing called football is back. Unfortunately, sorry guys, the transfer window has to take a back seat for at least a few days. If you want to watch some football, I know a lot of people have a blind spot for international football, but Ronaldo and Portugal are playing Ireland today. and a very big chance that he could break that all-time goal scoring record. If he doesn't do it tonight, Portugal play Qatar on the weekend, Azerbaijan next week. So he's probably going to double it. So maybe you want to look at that and say, I was there. I was there when it happened, and United very possibly going to make his debut for Manchester United as the all-time leading goal scorer in football. And I kind of suspect Manchester United will make a big deal about that. I kind of think they'll take his shine. And look, what I'm also going to enjoy about the post-transfer window buzz is Liverpool fans trying to convince me that they didn't need new signings. They were just beefing up the squad, getting Jordan Henderson on a long-term contract. Van Dijk is like a new signing. Guys, it's not. It's not. I know everyone went a little bit ballistic this transfer window, but really? Nothing? No one? They'll tell me it's okay. They'll tell me they're fine. You're drunk. You're drunk.
Welcome to it, sports fans. That is Paulo Diaz with his wrap of the transfer window. I'm MKT. This is the MKT Show. It's the transfer show. I want to be honest. This is going to be mostly transfer. We have a running order. It's just going to be transfers. James is going to put up tweets every 44 seconds as we're unwrapping things. Obviously, his team, he won't put up any tweets. We already knew about the guy that they bought last season already, actually. So they already had him. We already knew about him. James not excited about anything, but a man who has been insufferable, and some might say but some will say you bought a legend and it'll lift Manchester United back to the glory days, son. Senzo Sitebe, handsome face, good guy, all-round guy. Only problem is he went to St. David's, but we can overlook that. None of our friends are perfect. Senzo, tell me how you're feeling, pal.
See, that's how I feel.
Yeah?
It's not going to get old, guys.
So, tell me, you know what I've always loved about you? I don't have to wonder how you're feeling. Like, in general life and now. Like, I like that, so few people are able to express actually how they're feeling about a situation. So, you are loving it. You're loving it up. He's come home.
It's the best, boys. Turn the plane around, he's coming home.
So, you reckon what? The plane was on the way to the blue half of Manchester?
Oh, then they said, Fergie said, boy, turn that plane around.
And here we find ourselves. Cristiano, who would have thought, dude? 3 years ago, I say to you, Cristiano Ronaldo will finish his career at Manchester United in serious football.
I would have told you.
Stop
you're
smoking.
You're having a laugh, mate.
That's it, eh?
You're having a laugh. But then again, we thought Messi is going to be at Barca until, and then... Guys, wait. Can I just say that Barca started the window with Messi, Memphis,
yeah,
and who's this guy? And Griezmann as their front line.
Yes.
Now they have Braithwaite, De Jong, and Memphis as their front line. That's the biggest loser, bro.
Talk to me about Sergio Aguero faking a calf injury. Has he been spotted at any Barcelona games?
I don't know. He probably went back to Argentina.
That's what I'm saying. These Argentine guys.
They said, I don't have time for this.
And the thing about the South American guys is they like their own doctors.
Yeah.
They don't like to be treated by the European guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you think Aguero's
Faking.
mad with Suarez? I mean, not Suarez, with Messi.
You know what? I don't think with Messi, because they would have spoken about what's going on. Plus, in general, at that level, they know it's about money. Like, I don't think he's going to get mad at Leo Messi for taking... I mean, can you imagine the size of the check that is waiting for Leo Messi after he retires that they promised him? Even though you can't really do it because it would be illegal. But Qatar, like do you remember what happened with Xavi, where Xavi miraculously won the lotto in Qatar? They've lined that up for Messi already.
Yeah.
That proper... Aguero understands. Like, Aguero's not angry. What he's angry at is Barcelona.
Yeah.
So...
Sold them a dream, eh?
He'll find a way. Honestly, I think he's not injured. What he's doing is his lawyer, his agent, are finding a way to say...
Ejectocito, cuz.
What are we calling it now? Force majeure kind of thing. Where, no, these conditions are not workable.
This is not what I signed up for.
Tell you what we'll do. What's tomorrow? We'll see if we can get a lawyer on Friday in the building. He works with professional football, and we should ask him, what is Aguero's legal options?
Yeah.
So... all right, here we go. Here is Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. He must have had no sleep. He says, official, completed after the final drama, deadline day, Antoine Griezmann joins Atletico Madrid. Luke de Jong joins Barcelona. and Saul Niguez joins Chelsea. Craziest transfer market ever is finally over. When Fabrizio is saying it's the craziest,
He can rest now. He can breathe.
except Sug.
And that guy was box to box, bro.
Except Sug now. Rest.
Yeah.
Because Fabrizio Romano is saying BT Dubs sleep is overrated. Let me tell you something about this guy. James, let's have that previous tweet as well. I'm quickly run through this because we're going to talk sort of English transfers and winners and losers there. But this is unbelievable, by the way. So what did you say? That they had Griezmann. All right, let's look at this. Antoine Griezmann has joined.
Yeah, so that
Atletico Madrid.
Griezmann, Aguero, and Messi.
Well, they've never had Aguero. So
like,
they had Suarez at a stage. But they have it. Antoine Griezmann is back at Atletico Madrid. If you're a Barcelona, you know, in Catalonia they take themselves so seriously.
Yeah.
And why is Antoine Griezmann leaving us for Atletico Madrid? It shouldn't happen. There's no Barcelona fans. If I said that to you 15 years ago, there is not a single Barcelona fan. You know what I'm saying?
But like also that situation is also, no pun intended, is messy because everybody had to take like pay cuts. PK wasn't happy that they had to take a pay cut. They said, Busquets, you too, chief.
If you lie, this is what happens in life. You know, when you lie to people always think, like in my 20s, I thought, oh, I'm lying to my mom. She's sending me money at university. Yeah, I'm saying I'm getting hammered. It'll never catch up with me. You know, fail university for the second year. What's going on? A couple of days later, my mom pitches up outside my house. Uh-oh. Like, if you lie, this is what happens.
The truth will out, as they say.
It will always. And you know what happens when you lie? You become undesirable to be around. Like, if people, like, you know, as close to ayihlangan, indaba kathi ayihlangan.
One lie begots another, because you have to tell another lie to cover up that lie, and it becomes a slippery slope, and then now you're in a web of lies. And if it's the truth, if the truth is that way, you don't have to think about it.
Sure.
It's the way it is. The way gungakhona.
The truth is always the same story, Chief. But if you lie, right, and you deceive, you know who's always going to catch you out? High morality, high fiber, high quality people, because they know their story.
Yeah.
So bayahlanganisa, like, wait, you said this.
They connect the dots, yeah.
1 + 1 can't be 4.5.
Honest. It's always been 2.
The only place where 1 + 1 is 4.5 is Venda. But if you're not like me and you don't have that Venda blood, you wouldn't understand. In Venda, 1 + 1 = 4.5, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, Chief, if you lie, but this is what Barcelona have done, right? If they've done, I don't know if you've seen the documentary, The Smartest Guys in the Room.
Yeah.
Where they are. So Barcelona, you're getting what you deserve now, and when you lie, you become undesirable to be around. Griezmann said, "Ngankon." And Griezmann's smart, right? He knows he has 2 options. Where's he beloved? Atletico Madrid. And they're the best team in Spain right now.
It's a win-win.
And they're going to be the best team for the next 3 years. How old is he? 30.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. We're going to win 2 out of the next 3 titles.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
And listen, they will get to the late stages of Champions League.
But do not dodge the bullet, guys. Luis Suarez is probably sitting there and said,
oh my God, you forget about him.
He dodged a major bullet.
Hey, scum recognizes scum. That's what you got to say, right? Hey? Game recognized game. Play.
And you guys are looking very familiar.
Dude, well said. He left, the year and a half before, hey? Or he was kicked out the back door.
Yeah, before it all came tumbling down.
What happened to his case regarding, remember there was some stuff in Italy, he faked a passport application. Did you see that?
Oh, yes, because you're supposed to go to Juve.
Yeah.
But then again, also there, he dodged the bullet. Because now you'd be at Juve without Ronaldo, and you'd be like, what the hell am I doing here?
So, yeah, hey, is he giving... Yeah, scum recognizes scum.
Luis Suarez Sangoma works overtime, man.
Maybe he's a vendor. You don't know this.
Maybe.
Because people... I don't want people playing around. Like, so my gran was proper vendor, not like mix. So she was...
From Toyando.
Proper. I don't even know. Like, deep in the sticks. And she married my grandfather, who's Matala, who you can't be more Betty than that. Yeah. So I'm getting a pure, that's in my blood.
You Limpopo through and through.
No, lawyer. Guys, me...
On a higher grade.
No. Vendor people, and they mustn't lie. They mustn't lie. That's the home of lawyering in Africa. The Ghanaians and the West Africans think they know. You have no idea until you've been there. How do you think the avos get so big up there? There's gunamadlozi. You don't just get avos.
You guys can catch lightning.
Mangoes.
I see mangoes catch lightning.
Oh, no, that's child's play. People thought Harry Potter, they wrote it. We've been doing that.
You've been out here.
Late. What's the name? Radcliffe.
Daniel,
That's late, man. In fact, we've stopped catching lightning as the vendor. As the vendor. That's old.
Huh?
With a Tesla now. Says Telelabantu. We're upgrading. You know what I'm saying?
So, I want to ask you, like, how much can I buy, like, just a young lightning pack?
No, the problem is with you being Zulu it's kind of like Thor. Only Thor can pick up the hammer.
No, and Captain America.
Did he pick it up? I haven't seen the movies. Yeah. I'm not a nerd.
So I'm Captain America.
So does Captain America?
Zulu's a Captain America. So.
Can he pick up the thing?
And Thor even says, I knew it.
So can he do the lightning with it?
Chief, Yonkinto.
Christian Pulisic, shout out to you, bro.
He even catches the big one.
What is the fascination with those movies? Like,
go watch.
No, I've tried. Huh? I used to watch Wolverine at the 80s.
Wolverine's boring. He's got issues. I think then he's like dog old. So like everybody that he's been around dies.
Oh, he's Australian.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah, don't get an Australian guy to play a guy who won't die. Maybe the worst accent on the planet, the Australian accent.
Mark, where'd you park your car?
Where's your car? Geetha. Ma.
Shayla, Bruce.
That's what they sound like. Do you think they know that?
No, they don't.
They don't know that, and
that's why they keep going.
Somebody needs to tell them. So, okay, Captain America can live. Yeah, no, the vendor thing, guys, that's not for everyone. You know, everybody makes fun of vendor people. Is that lightning that you want to buy? That pack's not available for anybody outside. And the lightning
exclusive.
No, if you don't have the blood, it can sense Uguti. No. So you guys must relax. Luis Suarez, you know what? I'm not saying Luis Suarez is vendor, but he's showing vendor tendencies because loyal outlet. How many people in their lives dodged 2 bullets?
In one sitting.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he wins the league. I must be saying...
The vendor levels. People look down on the vendor people.
Nah, you can't.
Catch lightning, Jeff. Where have you ever heard of that? Outside of Daniel Radcliffe.
Apparently some guy in vendor won the lottery twice.
You see now?
He hit it.
Yeah.
Then he won your penny mal.
Yeah.
But who will? What's in Zon Bonis?
It's in your bosom.
Twice.
Dude, imagine the flex. Like, because obviously you know what happens. You win the lottery, most guys, he was a dude, right?
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Boxing it.
Like, what do guys get? Let's talk about it.
Vrpa, extending for Holly's family.
Extending isn't...
Buying a tavern. And a car wash.
Why do guys buy car washes?
I don't know. But even sportsmen, like American sportsmen, they invest in a car wash.
What's the story there? Is it because it's a cool hangout spot? Like, so
Chief.
So in Polokwane, like whenever I haven't been for a while, like my cousins are now. You know the cousins I hang out with. I don't want to hang out with my whole family either.
Yeah.
Like, there's very few people in my own family I want to hang out with. But the ones that are still like I want to hang out with, there's only one left there. So I don't really go there that often because he comes here quite often. So. A car wash is a huge thing in Polokwane.
Yeah,
like, it's a huge thing. Like, where
amongst black men.
I'm at the car wash. What do you mean? It's Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
watch football, do some work. Like
car wash, Chief.
So what's the thing?
Car wash and chill.
Shots, you're from Limpopo. Let's get a take. My man's from Limpopo, and I mean I'm not embarrassed to be from there because one day I may wear Carvela with no socks. It may happen. It may happen. That uniform up there. And listen, Betty guys love it.
And you see how everybody, and have you seen how they walk up on Pekavera? Every step they have to check if the site is not
Oh, mate, that is a real thing. But I need to ask this. Like, is Ikavela just a Limpopo thing, or is it?
Dog, it's universal.
Is it just black people?
It's the thing of like, let's say in the hood. So no man, you've arrived.
Oh, so it's a hood thing.
Yeah, now you've got you now you've got money to dress well because Kavelas aren't cheap.
They're not.
If you got a Kavela.
No, but this is not just a Limpopo thing.
Okay, let's hear it. Shout out to Shots in the back there. He's from Limpopo. 2 things, Shots, if you can just explain.
Yeah.
The obsession with car wash. The obsession with the car wash.
For instance, sometimes when you are at the house, you need an excuse to go out.
Yeah.
So I think it was frequently used as an excuse. So you can do men things like go get your hair cut, go to the barber. But some people kind of like stretched it to a point where it's a vibe now. Going to a car wash is okay. I'm gonna chill there for a little while. I'm gonna come back and tell the people at home that I was out getting the car washed.
All right, cool. Hey, welcome. We don't need that music anymore. While he's explaining, we can cut the bed music. Shots. I'm still interested. So you're saying the car wash has transitioned? Nobody's even washing cars there anymore.
Chief.
Ideally, I don't think so. I think it's just a way. It's just a way of letting everyone know that you're going out the house. But
it's like Netflix and chill.
You can decide if you want to get your car washed, or you want to just chill by the car wash, or you want to go do other things like get your.
But what are guys doing there? Like, for me, it's like you're washing your car, or what are you doing? What's the other thing? Nichisinyama, and
They're
then
getting
what?
Pissed. People are getting pissed at the car wash.
Well, you kind of like you're trying to like push time. I don't know if you've heard of this thing where people are like, I'm just pushing time. It's the weekend. I'm not working. I'm just trying to push time. So I'm just gonna go chill by the car wash.
Hey, this lets you know I'm out of touch.
You know how black people, we like listening to stories from our uncles and the guys on the street that we give money to from time to time.
Got you.
Yeah, so at the car wash, this is where you hear some stories there about, hey, who stole what, who got locked up this weekend, this week. You know, it's the jive.
So is it a Sunday thing? Is it like a Saturday thing?
They could make it an everyday thing if they could. I think black people with habits. So, but no, it's more of a weekend thing because that's the time where we're like, okay, I'm done working at this white premises. I must go to my black people now. And
I got you.
Yeah, and go to the car wash.
So now, okay, that's one thing. It's incredible to me. I'm out of touch. Now, talk to me about Italian shoes with no socks. It can be Cavella. Let's discuss Cavella because before you go, Shots, I just want to tell everyone from Limpopo, stop coming to Pretoria. First of all, Pretoria is not Stockholm, right? Stop telling people I'm going to Pretoria like you're Jesus Christ. And the other thing is, can we maybe stop with the wearing, you know, when you go past, I would probably say once you go... warm baths. You go past warm baths. Let's stop the Cavella thing because when you come to Joburg, we are judging you immediately for that. Any hope of that changing? And what's it about, Shots, this Cavella?
Honestly, I think it was a fashion status at some point. And they kind of got carried away with it because now it was like everybody wanted in, but not everyone could afford in.
Sure.
You know? So people didn't know how to just be a supporter. They all wanted to be on the field and play. So yeah, so now with the shoe thing, it's kind of like a call it a style. Before it's like if we had to give it a term, it's like finding yourself. It's what you go through while you're trying to find yourself. That's what's happening there.
Now, Shots, as a guy, I have to be honest. 90% of things I do, whether I want to deny it or not, is so that some lady can see me. Who are the ladies that are interested in a man with Cavella and no socks? Because the no socks thing for me, I've always thought, what the bloody hell is going on? What do those smell like at night? And there's no way you're leaving Cavella outside to air out. Surely not.
But if you think about it, even the ones there in Venda, when they are doing their things, when they go out, they must see something exciting for them to talk about. So when they see a Cavella, it's like, okay, part-time, dear lawyer, but if I'm not doing that, then I'm on my Cavella game and, checking style of what's happening in the streets.
Are you suggesting in Venda there's guys who do the Cavella with no socks thing? Because if you haven't been to Venda, it's 30 in winter at 6 in the morning. Your feet definitely are pouring sweat into those things.
Oh, definitely. Oh, they wear a very clean one on proper red soil. Proper red soil, I'll wear a very, very clean shoe just to show the contrast. Yeah, but
I feel like you've thrown a shot at the vendors there and not focused on the petty guys that come to Pretoria, but that's fine if you want to just focus on them. So you're saying it's actually, are there any ladies that like this? Because I don't know. I'm not an attractive person to ladies, but I just want you to finish off. Do ladies like the Cavella thing? Is there a certain type of lady who's after it?
Cavellas and gold tooth, same WhatsApp group. Cavellas, gold tooth,
By the way,
those ones, they are
all right, Shots. And just your thoughts. I mean, I'm not judging. I am Betty, and my family is from the rural area, so I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying, any advice for someone coming from back home, I mean, this is a bit of pressure for you because you're actually going to have to go back and hang out with some of these guys. But do you maybe have some advice once they go past Warmbads, what they should be doing about the Cavella thing?
Hey, you see, the Cavella thing is, I can't tell you what shoe to wear, but with the car wash thing, I can say, guy, just take your car to the car wash, get it washed, and go do something else.
Yeah.
That's all I can say there.
No, fair enough. That's smart of you. It sounds like you may have Cavella yourself, which is why you don't want to be a hypocrite.
I don't want to be a hypocrite. I had a Cavella, and for those that had, it's a good shoe. It's a good shoe.
No, sure.
I just feel like if you can afford it, cool. If you can't, it's not worth it. That's
All right,
how I
Shots.
feel.
I see I've put you in a bit of a corner there because he probably has those. You don't throw away Cavellas. He's probably still.
expensive, Chief.
When he goes back, he probably still rocks
You know, he hits it with the
it. At the
plush.
car wash on a Saturday. He's
Probably
there.
got the plasters ready as well. You know,
He doesn't even pack socks when he goes back to Limpopo. For those who don't know, Shots, a dad now, by the way. Shots, you need to sell those Cavellas because it's you. Imagine your daughter. One day, this is going to happen to Shots. Shots, what I won't allow this actually. There is no way I want to see any photo of you at the car wash wearing your Cavellas, carrying your daughter, because that picture, when you die, lives forever with her. And now people like me, imagine. Do you know what I'm saying? Or am I crazy? Senzo, what do you say?
but I'm more exposed.
What about the daughter? Forget him. His Cavella lifestyle, that's fine. What about the daughter? She has to be seen as a baby now. Cavella dad, no socks.
But she's probably gonna
and
go,
he's got the folded jeans. That's a given.
She's probably gonna go for a man like that. Yeah, with the floral t-shirt.
Yeah.
With the t-shirt with the flowers. Oh.
No, Shots. I'm not going to allow.
uniform.
There's no way he can do that to his daughter.
But you know how much that outfit that we're speaking about costs?
And what about James? James is Afrikaner.
Yeah.
He should be wearing like khaki,
But James is not proper Afrikaans.
No.
rocking his things. So I don't understand now how it's kind of looked at like that's not stereotypical. I mean, you're stereotyping guys that wear Cavellas.
No, here's the thing. You know what? I've known you now long enough, not very long, but you umopedi. There's no confusing you. James is maybe hey? Umopedi tree. James is probably the worst representation, right? There's no Afrikaans community that would claim James as Afrikaans. Now, I'm not saying James is a bad guy, because James is a great guy. But it's kind of like me, if black people wanted somebody to go and speak for them, it won't be me, because I don't know if you've had milky tea before. Like, I am the most watered down version of blackness you can get. And I'm okay with that. I am who I am. James is the worst version of Afrikaans. Let me tell you how terrible James is as an Afrikaans person. Not as a person, but as a representative. His mother moved 1,200 kilometers away from him, not because she wanted the beach life, which he hates her having a good time, but because they want to have boikies and they want to do things. And when James is around, the guy's asking for skinny lattes and he's asking for a pasta Alfredo, and his uncles can't put up with that. So James, maybe the worst representative of Afrikaans in the world. Shots, you are pure Betty. There's nothing you're doing.
Question.
Go ahead.
How do you know I don't have like a cupboard full of car keys and felt skin?
James,
Never,
come on,
not
pal.
you, Chief.
Is there anything about that says, what is your traditional saying, James? Don't make me say it. People would like to hear it.
Say it one more time.
What is your traditional saying? Your payoff line is?
Vibes?
Is there anything
man.
vibes about car key baked? James, you
No,
are
no,
who
no,
you
no.
are, Paul. Let's just accept you are the wateriest cup of tea ever. And we're not talking almond milk. You're that, like the milk's been in the fridge 2 days too long and just too much tea in it. Let's stop. So there's no ways James, you may never have seen, I genuinely believe this. I don't believe you've ever seen a khaki shirt in your whole life.
Wait, hang on. Our school uniform in the summer used to...
No. That's not khaki. That's beige. St. Stirians doesn't do khaki. That's beige. You don't call it khaki there. So no. James, you know what I'm talking about.
Didn't you guys try to revoke his Afrikaans card?
No, it's gone.
This week?
Dude, his mother, his beautiful mother moved away from James and said, no. When we do our boikies, we're inviting all the Afrikaans people. And you know where we're doing it, Eastern Cape. This is madness. So, James, shout out to you, bro. It's, Afrikaans people having a hard time already. But James says, I don't care. I'm leaving that tribe. But, yeah, shout out to Shots. So you're saying it's a hood thing.
It's a hood thing, bro.
So Cavella is a hood thing. It's not just Betty people.
Every hood. Chief.
All right. So then I must apologize to my people. It's not just Toyando. It's not just Flora Park. It's also real place. So it's also here in the hood here, Amazulu now. So Cavela's a thing.
Yonke Chief.
Listen, I
Everywhere.
yeah, my best friend, his dad used to own Spitz. Or not my best friend,
see?
but a good friend of mine. Black people have invested
Spitz.
so much at Spitz.
Spitz. Spitz doesn't even need to advertise on TV, Chief.
You know black people in Spitz, eh? Hey? No, shout out.
You know when the bonus comes, Spitz and he's buying like 3 Cavelas.
Cavella Cat Geiger.
Daniel Hechter.
There we go. All right. Enough said. Listen, I'm going to be taking some punishment from my very own community there. But good to know that it's not just Betty people. That's good to know. That is good to know. All right, breaking news. Ansu Fati has been given the number 10 shirt at Barcelona, replacing Leo Messi. We will talk about that and so much more. That is huge producing from James. That is mental what I've just read. He is, of course, a Le Messiah product, but we will talk about that and much, much more coming up after this. Good call. Yeah, what I'm saying.
So are Cavelas a good or a bad call?
That's a different subject for a different show. I mean,
Fair enough.
yeah, that's tough. I didn't realize that men in Toyando, which is so hot. It is so hot there. They are wearing Cavelas. That is insane.
Black with...
No socks. For me, talk to me about no socks in Toyando. Le dodaduva, they say. Yes. No, come on, guys.
Yeah, you're on fire today.
No, guys, not like that. Not like that. But okay. Listen, breaking news. Wow. You know what? Sometimes in life, hey, you ever seen somebody you like? And she was with somebody, but you're like, yo, that guy's hectic. Like, as guys, we know when someone's hectic. You know, when if a guy's the guy, he's the guy. You ever seen like you may have liked her, she was your crush or whatever, and then she goes out with him and they break up, and you're just like, nah.
Nah, it's not for me.
Yeah,
anymore.
seeing that. That's Leo Messi's number 10 jersey. It is incredible to me that they've given it to this young man. Just your thoughts. Ansu Fati, good player from a home product.
They're gonna kill that guy's confidence. Because do you know what Messi? That jersey's done so many things. They should have let it cool off for a season. Let it cool off.
Like, how
Put
do
it
you
in
think?
the fridge, like.
Yeah, Paul. How do you think that conversation went? Like, there's no way he went and asked for that.
They said because they're looking for the next thing now.
Because you know what happened with Ronaldo? Interesting story. He wanted to. He didn't want the number 7. I think he wanted to wear 17, or I can't remember what it was. And
Ferguson said it's your time now.
So we're talking about that as well. Is maybe they said it's
your time.
Yeah. Because also, how do you turn that down if you're him? You're from Barcelona. You're from the, you know what I mean? he's in a no-win situation. Because if he turns it down once, it may never come around again.
True. Maybe he was probably saving it for when he gets to like 21 or something. They said it's available now. And you know they're hungry guys. Abo Memphis, Nabo.
You know,
Memphis and who else? Brathwaite and
Yes.
Coutinho, and then they're probably eyeing that jersey saying,
it's my time.
he's gone.
Not like that.
They said, Chief, we've already got a replacement.
That is good, bad. How does he?
So what number does Aguero wear?
Who? I told you.
Oh,
Who? There's no way. He's out. I declare today, Sergio Aguero will not kick a football in anger for Barcelona.
she was.
He is not. Hey, I think we've got some footage of maybe the biggest pressure moment in the history of this young man's life. He may never know pressure like this again. It is the most incredible thing one could ever imagine. I mean, there it is. They've thrown it to him. He doesn't look happy about it exactly. It's blank on the back. He's doing that classic thing. Oh, there we go. They've obviously gone and edited it. James could have done a better job.
He
James
didn't even smile hard. Eh?
I mean, how terrible was that transition? But okay, fine. They don't have any money, I guess, to pay a graphic designer. Barcelona in 2 billion euros of debt. It's going to happen. Have a look at that. Worst transition ever. If you aren't watching with us on YouTube, it looks very, very cheap. Looks like they did it on a 3310.
But he doesn't smile.
No, because he's not happy. It's like an arranged marriage. There's no ways he's happy. Bro, I don't want to be... Can I tell you something? You know who you want to be in life? You never want to be the guy to replace the guy. You want to be the guy who replaces the guy who replaced the guy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the guy who replaces the guy.
But if, you know, as Otilo says, they should have taken a page out of Pirates' book. No one's worn number 10 since Umchomani said, hey.
The king. Yeah, I mean, we've got his face on there. James, you maybe just want to hold it there. You're looking at that guy's face. There is so clearly no joy in his face, not a hint of a smile. He's doing that smile as you ever broken up with someone and been happy about it? So he's doing the thing where he has to pretend that he's not happy. You ever seen that smile where you got to pretend to be sad? He's kind of got that thing, but in reverse.
It's like the boxing pose.
I'm
That's
with
the
you.
quintessential. I'm happy, but I'm dying. I'm dying inside, but I have to smile.
Yeah. I'm getting paid 60,000 euros a week. I have to pretend to be happy. Ansu Fati, the new Barcelona number 10. Is this the worst moment of that young man's career? They got no sponsor this year because nobody wants to be with an NGO called Barcelona no longer.
NGO.
It is not a for-profit organization. They've got less money than me, and I have nothing. Beans and toast.
Hey, do you know every week? Like as a football player, okay, they report your salary as wages, right?
Yep.
Does that SMS come every weekend?
No, they get paid monthly. Footballers get paid monthly.
So
I've been in that whole world.
So every time it's about to get paid, they're probably like, hey.
Yeah.
They're sweating. Eh?
I know exactly what you're saying. Is you ever been in the situation when a friend says, I've paid you, they send you proof of payment, and it's on a weekend, and it takes 2 or 3 days to come through.
To clear, yeah.
So every end of month is like that for Barcelona players. Is they can't actually have debit orders because they are not sure if that money. You know what I mean? Whew,
hey, imagine now you signed for Barcelona, you bought that Phantom. You're like, geez, am I going to default this month?
So a Phantom is the Carvela for footballers, eh?
Like no, Phantom's the Carvela for rappers.
And footballers, what do they get?
It's an Aston Martin, I think, or a Bentley.
A Bentley, eh? They do love a Bentley.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing they get.
It's Bentley or Range Rover.
It's the first thing they get.
Standard.
Like footballers, what are you doing, guys? But it's that life. It's that life. No. Shout out.
I've arrived.
But let's be honest. Ansu Fati, can he win in this position?
They probably said, Doggos, throw you an extra 10,000 euros. Don't tell those other guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we actually had cash in the basement.
Yeah, just for you to do it.
I feel sorry for him, dude. Like, it's a no winning position. It's for 15 years, it was the greatest football jersey in the world. Even if he scores 20 goals and gets 20 assists a season, he's had a bad season.
He has to score 100. Do you know that jersey? That jersey is that.
Dude, he has to be a 30-15 guy for the rest of his life. 30 goals, 15 assists.
And that's just to meet expectation, not to surpass it.
They barely meet expectation because Leo Messi was a 45-20 guy on average for 15 years. Leo Messi was so good, they let go of Ronaldinho. Even with all his problems, they said, that's an upgrade on arguably for 2-3 years the greatest dribbler football
But like
had.
the thing is like now You have to hit like 4 or 5 Nyana hat tricks a season.
There's no winner. All right, let's move on. Shout out to him. Hey, choose my Ketel, as you always say. Ketile. All right, let's move to a professional league that isn't actually run like Umkholisano at the end of the month.
Stock fair.
Hey, that's still a big thing as well. But I think we've gone in enough now on
black,
stuff from the
black
past.
people.
Is your Arsenal are incredible, but the transfer window's over, right?
Hey, people can finally say, if you have a star player, you can finally say, yes, thank you, Jesus. I dodged the bullet here. Because this thing starts very slowly. Let's say you own a club, or you're chairman of a big organization, and you hear paper talk, and your guy is plastered on the front page.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God. And those guys with money, they start getting ideas. Pep Guardiola reads it, he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
I never thought about that one.
But talk to me about this. All right, let's start off, let's do winners and losers.
Okay.
Let's start off with the Arsenal and some of their signings, they've spent the GDP of the Republic of South Africa, but have they gotten any better? It's kind of like South Africa, actually. We all pay our taxes, people pitch up for work, but we still have potholes somehow. It's just incredible. So this is, if you're not watching and you're listening on the podcast, I'll quickly run through the transfers that came into Arsenal. Nuno Tavares, of course, from Benfica. It's an undisclosed fee, but he's coming as backup for, of course, Tierney on the left. Although some might say he'll be the starter, co-starter, because Tierney is always injured. Next up, somebody who I think will be their best signing this season at £15 million, a bargain recommended by Belgian legend Vincent Kompany, Albert Sambi Lakonga at £15 million. That'll be a bargain. He's been brilliant. I'll save this other one for last. Martin Odegaard has returned. That's going to be tricky, about £30 million. And then the most interesting one of all of them, Aaron Ramsdale from Bournemouth. He's been relegated twice in a row, by the way, Aaron Ramsdale. £30 million. They sold Emi Martinez, probably the goalkeeper of the season last season, for £20 million. So not only did you make a £10 million loss, you've bought a goalkeeper for £10 million more, who's nowhere near as good as the goalkeeper you released for £10 million.
You see, my thing is like now, looking at that, Arsenal signed people you all went to school with. Every guy sounds like somebody you went to school with.
I'm with you.
Nuno Tavares, that Portuguese, thing. Lokonga is...
Yeah, the West African exchange student.
Yeah. Ben, every school has a Ben White.
Let's finish off on Ben White. £50 million. It is an incredible number for a centre-back.
And they got finessed there.
Ben White. 50 million. Varane cost less.
Is that guy even knocking on the England squad? Door of the England squad?
He was in the Euro squad, but Ben White.
That's where the cheese went up.
No, English tax, but is that a joke?
As you said, Rafael Varane
cost less, yeah. No, Rafael Varane cost less than that. It is an absolute mess. Kunde, if the deal had gone through, was going to cost less than that.
Yeah, but I need you cheapskates.
Well,
No,
Marina probably found out something. we don't need a what's it? Who's the
and Sevilla forcing you guys to hit that clause.
Marina doesn't do that. I'm not here to negotiate. Here's the money bag. Do you want it or not? If not, we out. We're winning Champions Leagues with no striker. Don't worry about it. Marina doesn't negotiate. James, what you got, pal?
So we were just sitting here in the back, right, listening to your guys' whole thing. What does it mean that Arsenal signed someone you went to school with? I'm confused. What is?
So it just means like there's no juice. It's it feels like if you played soccer, there's a Ben White, the oak with a cool hairstyle, some tattoos. If you played club football for Randburg
there's Ben White,
or Corinthians or Robertsham here in South Africa, there's a Ben White. You've played with that guy. Like when you say Rafael Varane, then that's not a guy you went to school. Yeah, that's different sauce. As they say. Yeah, so that's what it means. A guy you went to school with is just chopped liver, as you might say, James, because you don't know any Afrikaans. An English saying is chopped liver.
There was just a bunch of confused looks when Senzo said that in this room, and we were all just kind of lost as to what it meant.
No, that's why you guys are back there. You guys are pushing stuff, fading to black, switching cameras.
Well said.
Because coaches coach, players play. Do you know what I mean? You guys you can't do everything, pal. Can't do everything, and don't. You know what, James? This is also good relationship advice, even though you never accept any.
I'm not doing it. I'm not. Nope. Go back to the sport. I'm not doing relationships.
But the thing is, Arsenal spent all that money
They gotten worse.
Oh, but didn't they buy some Japanese dude as well? On
Yes,
top of that,
yeah.
some guy from Bologna.
Shout out to James not being up to date. There was that centre back. I forget what his name is.
Guys, Arsenal spent the most money and they're not any better. Or
No, they're worse. Arsenal last season had a better start to the season. The numbers say Arsenal have spent 150 million pounds to get worse. They are, not because I feel like that. I'm very, very clear that they have 0 points, 0 goals. I know that. I've seen, because I can read numbers.
So do you think that the guy that they bought yesterday, the Japanese guy, sorry, his name escapes me. But
Some might say a little bit racist, but let's see if we can get the tweet there, James, from yesterday. Arsenal signing from Bologna is the guy.
do you think that's a panic buy? Because they saw the mediocre that was displayed and then they're like, hey.
Okay, let's go through Arsenal's back four. I've said this before. I don't want to gild the lily. Kieran Tierney is too injury prone to consider as a starting left back in the English Premier League. In
Takehiro
Scotland,
Tomiyasu, yeah.
what's his name?
Takehiro Tomiyasu.
That's a proper Japanese name as well. He's from an old tribe where they've got sort of
The way of the samurai.
he's not allowed to sell the sword. In fact, he can't even take the sword out from the house that he inherited from his grandfather.
What are you doing?
It was molded with the blood of warriors as they destroyed another
what I
tribe
mean?
back in the day. What's his name?
Takahiro Tomiyasu.
That's proper, dude. Imagine that was your name. That he must move different. That guy.
That guy doesn't say anything.
No. He has people to talk for him.
Yeah, exactly. Probably goes in.
Yeah.
to change room.
He bows, sit on, and he doesn't even pay at restaurants. There's 6 or 7 guys. They know what to do. I'm out. I've got Japanese stuff to do where we're running the world and
So when
making
the
the
guy
world a
gets
better
his
place.
boots there.
Yeah. And so, by the way, he's the guy where he just needs to give one of his guys a look, because I don't know if you know, but in Japanese culture, the depth of the bow shows me how much respect you have for me.
If you're a deep
If
guy,
somebody
like-
that doesn't, if Arteta doesn't bow correct, Arteta fired, because nobody wants to mess with Japan
Do you
right
think Aubameyang's gonna bow?
now. No, but
That's
that's
not respect.
no, he's not hanging with Aubameyang, because he's also Japanese people, professional. So he's gonna get there. Okay, you don't bow. I saw a gold Lamborghini or whatever Aubameyang's got. He knows very well.
What do you rate he's driving?
Aubameyang,
Suzuki.
who the Japanese bloke. Yeah, I mean, what's his name? Say his name.
Takahiro Tomiyasu.
Toyota.
Hard, eh? A Prius
Ah,
even.
yeah. Because we don't need to look rich. We're rich. Japanese people don't need to look rich.
A Prius even, eh?
Guys, hey, go and look at your camera right now. He's getting 2% of that.
Probably wearing A6 boots.
Chief.
Black and white. Oh, he's done.
He's never heard of Samsung. He's Japanese, Chief. Panasonic full time.
Or Toshiba.
There's none of that. He's probably got to, every now and then, pitch up in his motorbike. You know what it is? Kawasaki.
No, but he doesn't even do that, eh?
And he's got his guys. They know very well. Just say his name one more time.
Takahiro Tomiyasu.
Bro, that guy is a freaking legend without trying. That name is unbelievable.
It's epic, eh?
It's worth the buy. I might even get an Arsenal shirt for that. That's incredible.
Don't
From
do that.
Bologna. Shout out to him. Arago,
Origato.
Mr. Tomiyasu. So shout out to Arsenal making an Asian signing of the season. I don't care what happens. He's their best signing. I've just changed my mind from Lokonga. Great name, by the way, Lokonga as well. Sort of, where's he from? Belgium, huh? So Congolese. Great name, Lokonga, strong. But my mate, he's been gazumped. Arsenal are a joke. They've spent 200 million pounds to get worse. Shout out to Arsenal.
Oh, yes. And also Hector Bellerin, didn't he go on loan?
Yeah, speaking of which, great transition. Senzo, big time presenting there. Great transition to the transfers out. Obviously, Matteo Guendouzi, he wants to go and start fights against Nice. He's maybe got the most electric personality in sport. Mikel Arteta says, hey, if you're going to be good and score goals, get the hell out of my football club. William Saliba, we spent 27 million pounds on you.
And he's a decent defender.
Oh, get the hell out of here, mate. I got to play Rob Holding. So you can go to Marseille and see if you can protect...
Guendouzi.
You know what they should have said to Saliba is look out for a guy in an orange shirt in the fight, because he will knock you out. Real thing. Joe Willock, I think this is a sad signing, right? Or loss. He scored 9 goals, right, in the Premier League last season. Are you aware that he joined Newcastle in January? If Arsenal are missing one thing, it's a goal-scoring midfielder.
That's true.
Why didn't they keep him?
And there would be no need for Odegaard.
Even if you've got Odegaard's more of a creator.
True.
You rotate him, Smith Rowe, and Odegaard is a leader because he at 21 he's the captain of Norway, so it tells you there's something about him. I don't mind that. If you're at a big club, it shouldn't be Willock or it should be Willock and. It should be Odegaard and. So I don't get that signing, but Mikel Arteta,
Here's a prediction. Odegaard, end of the transfer window, unhappy, he wants to leave. There's going to be a transfer rumor about him. Maybe even coming in January.
yeah, because he's going to realize Arsenal are a
What have I
relegation mess. Yeah. Eto Bellerin, so obviously he's going to, I think he's picked this club because it's green. He will plant trees. He is a vegan. And he has, of course...
Going back home. Spain.
Yeah, it's Spain, but although he'd want to be in Catalonia. Is he from Barcelona? I know he's from La Masia, but I don't know if he's Catalan. But Real Betis, the only team that'll take him. Listen, it's so unfortunate. If you remember Hector Bellerin when he was in the team of the season, that he was the right back at the age of 21. He had the ACL injury, and I don't know if the vegan things affected him, but
he's a Catalan.
So he's a proper Catalan. He probably wanted to go back to Barcelona. They said, first of all, Hector, you're one of the biggest figures in world football. We are not able to even buy a loaf of bread. Forget paying your salary that Arsenal are probably paying you. No way. That ain't going to happen. Plus... But
he's got a modelling gig on the side.
That's what I... See, Eto Bellerin, I don't know how much the football thing's a football thing for him.
Vibes. Did you see the poster of him leaving? On the Arsenal side?
I didn't see it.
Oh... Tats everywhere, the hair is a Vibes earring. I said yes.
And you know what? I don't mind that personality, but then I need Didier Drogba production.
But that's the thing. You saw Ronaldo when he was in the t-shirt, Man United t-shirts, that he had the earring on. But like, we can allow him.
But you know what it's called in life? Because Bellerin is a handful, right? Vegan. I've got the
Vibes. He wants to be on the runway as well.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I don't mind that because I have to tolerate that. In life, it is about these two things. Production, tolerance.
Sure.
And with Hector Bellerin, and you better believe in life, you know what they'll tolerate? They will tolerate you until they can replace you. Hector Bellerin, one thing I hope he learns in life is that tolerance will never be higher than production. Production must always be higher than what I have to tolerate.
Sure.
Simple as. And now he's a headache and he's been poor for 3 seasons. Humberkoshle, as you might say at St. David's in that Ilova area. You know what I mean?
Sure, bro.
Humberkoshle. So there's no way, but there's no way. Hector Bellerin. All right, James, give us that graphic again. Hector Bellerin, all vibes, all James, all vegan. Shout out to him. And then David Luiz left, of course. But I mean, David Luiz actually, he retired 3 seasons ago. He just didn't tell anybody. So shout out to David Luiz getting money out of Arsenal for 2 seasons.
James, also the one that we were speaking about yesterday. Willian.
I mean, what is going on there? Arsenal, like, is everything at Arsenal a mess?
He said no to the bag. He said, I'm rather going to go Vibes it up.
I don't know, I'll play football anywhere but here. I'll pay to leave. I'm going to give up half. Listen,
never mind, rip up the running order, rip up the contract.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Grand. So, listen, to be very clear, I know Sky Sports is reporting this, that, the other. I was talking to an agent last night of how something like that would work. He definitely said, I'll take 6-7 million instead of 20. And also, this is a mess. Plus, I don't need the stress. I'm very rich and I'm getting very fat right now. Let me go back to Brazil.
Deuces, bro.
Shout out to him. All right, let's talk about Spurs. What have they done? You know what the thing about Spurs is transfer activity, and it comes out now. We'll start off with the players they let go. Before we get to that, you can leave that graphic up. I mean, that is incredible graphic designing by James.
That's beautiful.
It is sensational. Shout out to James.
It's kind of
being on the
reminds
ball.
you of the kit, eh?
It does, but James has an eye for that. I mean, that's just incredible.
Because he's Vibes, though.
Shout out to James. So leave that up, James. But, you know, I've got a pretty strong family. So I think I've told this boring story before, but I'll bore you with it again. Is that, you know, in some families, is if your brother or sister does well, it's kind of hectic if they live near you, near the family, right?
Sure.
Is they need to move away sometimes for you to be able to open up your personality. And it didn't happen with me, luckily, but it's just my sister is such an imposing figure. She's an achiever. I can imagine what it would feel like for other people. But you know when it's worse? If your family does achieve and they live at home.
Yeah, bro.
Is Arsenal now, it's not like Tottenham are in Liverpool.
Next door, bruh.
So you're gonna see their beautiful new stadium. You're gonna see their brand new signings. Fans are gonna have to go to work in the Arsenal supporters kit and see Tottenham fans. Tottenham have outdone Arsenal by so far in this transfer window. It is scary. They let go of Danny Rose. He's off to Watford. I think that was over before it even started. I think Danny Rose had one good season. It's been really sad. talent, but he's got some stuff off the field, unfortunately. Not in a... He hasn't done anything. He's just got some mental health challenges, which he's been facing over the last 3 or 4 seasons, Danny Rose. So just didn't work out. Joe Hart, it never made sense that he was at Tottenham anyway, but he's moved to Celtic. See how that works. That's going to be tough. Steven Gerrard saying, Joe Hart not here, pal. Will probably win another title at Rangers. Musa Sissoko, you know what I loved? Watford played Tottenham on the weekend. He got a massive sort of round of applause.
Sure.
But that tells you, if you're high character, fans will love you. Harry Kane was getting booed, right?
Yeah.
Musa Sissoko, different club. You know, probably they're moving in a different direction, but he gives you everything. Great thing about guys like Musa Sissoko, we were just saying with Hector Bellerin, right? The Tottenham fans loved him. Why? Because we don't have to tolerate anything and your effort.
As opposed to Ndombele.
Oh,
Also, they also let go of Eric Lamela.
he's gone to Sevilla.
And he's lighting it up.
Yeah, he's doing it. Some people might say, I do like La Liga, but it's a different beast. The Premier League's not your friend.
It's not a soft life.
And a guy who is not a soft life, a guy who is possibly, you know what? He's bigger vibes than Bellerin even. Serge Aurier has not spent a day. You know who I'd compare him to? Do you remember Benoit Ikoto?
But must I tell you how you can see Serge Aurier as a vibes guy?
Yeah.
Guys, as soon as you saw the fade with the blonde...
You said triple
streak
threat. So do you want to just explain the triple threat hairstyle again?
So it goes from fade to mohawk.
Yeah.
And then there's maybe like a dial relax job or maybe a dread on top.
Yeah.
Then you know. Go Fiola.
And you just can't have that at right back. You can have it with Pogba, the glory boy positions. You can't have the triple threat.
Right back, you must be serious.
No, Zanetti. Mfunu Zanetti.
No, but like even you see Wan-Bissaka, they must have him chief. Gonda.
It's that time, eh?
Gonda chief Ronaldo's here.
Yeah.
This thing of your dreads.
Have you ever thought to yourself, like, let's face it, black people love Jesus, right? Is like their mothers have to go to church on Sundays. How does Wan-Bissaka think his mom explains his hairstyle to her church friends? You think the mom, it's enough?
Yeah.
But sometimes, guys, we must think for our mothers.
He's a breadwinner, chief.
We must think for our mothers, guys. I spent my 20s being a delinquent, shaming my mother. Now, every time I'm going to do something now, right? I'm a mommy's boy. I'm not too scared to say it. I always think, if my mom saw me doing this or heard me saying this, what would she say? Does Wan-Bissaka not look in the mirror as his third girlfriend of the day leaves? I'm not saying he's like that, but does he not look in the mirror and think, Meowty, how do you go home for December holidays looking like that?
Yeah.
Or does he just think, hey, mommy's got that house, she's got the Range Rover, she must
Dog,
relax.
I got the bag, dog. So as long as you got the bag, you know they start even making tea for you. They bring your plate, boy. You don't move from your seat. When you're a breadwinner, when you can put
the big piece of chicken.
You know what I mean? They give you the dream team. They give you a drumstick combo.
Is that the dream team? Senzo Sutebe, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I don't know what other cultures are like, but if you are black, you know exactly what that means.
The
dream team is
thigh and drumstick combo.
Shout out to growing up black. Right, transfers in. Christian Romero is gonna work out. Hey, he's a quality operator. I mean, we saw him Argentina. He's doing it.
And the quality.
Atalanta.
Atalanta. Quiet.
Where does he fit into? Hey, Eric Diabolical, get out. Hey, black line.
Yeah, I also think Eric, because of his head is too big. So
big head, eh? All right, I'll be honest. They brought in Golina as well, who I think has been a part of that incredible movement. And Brian Gill, who is, by the way, if you have not seen this kid here, look out for Brian Gill.
Brian Gill is serious.
Now, listen.
He's nice with it. He's
an old school winger. He will deliver into the box. This is a serious player. Harry Kane has just added 5 goals to his tally because of this guy. He'll settle after January because, you know, the Spanish blood.
Yeah.
What did you say? What did Aguero say?
It's very cold.
It's very... It's very cold here. Brian Gill is going to take some time. Cold. A hot water bottle, that kind of vibe. Shout out to Eric Lamela doing his thing at Seville. Hey, Tottenham outdoing the Arsenal.
Then spend an arm and a leg like I know who these guys are from Tottenham. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Okay. Well, I mean, we got
Do
plenty
you know
of
what Arsenal need to do?
Yep.
It didn't work for us, but they need to buy blockbusters next just to make the fans happy. Even if they tank, just buy blockbuster signings.
Chief, there's no Cavella there. No hot chick wants to be with Arsenal.
Oh yeah,
Shots is wearing his Cavella with the folded socks. Plus, he just bought a Vrpa.
Guys, Buendia said nah to Arsenal.
All right, folks, the Arsenal have managed to do something incredible. They've spent the most money, and they are the worst team in the league, but they've spent the most money in the league. Quite incredible, astonishing to some. This is the MKT Show. We've got plenty more coming up on the other side. Right on.
You're having fun with this thing, eh?
I'm redefining broadcasting. That's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Even stunting on them.
I'm taking people on a journey. And it does feel good, I got to tell you. Oh, breaking news. Sky Sports, in a sport which is maybe the most boring sport in the world unless you're really into it. I do like watching golf. I only watch the majors. I'm not going to lie. Don't follow the rest of the PGA. But breaking news, and this is something that's incredibly good for golf. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan has warned that fans who taunt Bryson DeChambeau with Brooksy chants are at risk of being thrown out of tournaments. Now, we need a bit of perspective there. If you don't know, there is a huge rivalry between Bryson DeChambeau.
It's not rivalry, it's beef.
It's beef, but between Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka, who eats all of the weights in the in the gym. Shout out to him. I think he had a little bit of a situation with whose daughter is he dating, and he played an away game on her. Paige. It's one of the. Is it Arnold Palmer's daughter?
Oh yeah, yes, I heard about that.
Yeah. I think it's Arnold Palmer's daughter. I stand to be corrected. We'll get those facts. But he's dating one of the OG's daughters, and he.
Is this Brooks?
Yeah.
Oh, but Brooks is a swag though. Brooks is a swag. You can see.
What do you call them, Mr. Take Your Chick or what?
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. Brooks is that.
Abujaro,
ne? Plus he's got the guns. Plus he's a millionaire.
And he's good at golf.
And he's like, we're in a sensitive time, but when you think all American, it's Brooks Koepka.
He's that guy.
Like,
did you see his meltdown when Bryson walked past him when he was having an interview?
You know what that's like for us in the Commonwealth is. You remember how Daryl Cullinan couldn't play Shane Warne?
Shane Warne.
He had to see a psychiatrist. Like
every time Daryl Cullinan came into bat, Steve Waugh just threw the ball to Shane Warne.
And it was over.
Just get
Daryl Cullinan had to seek psychology to and it never changed. It was his bunny, and I mean Shane Warne still trolls him to this day. So you know, Shane Warne trolls him on commentary, by the way.
Imagine.
Every now and then he drops a Daryl Cullinan in there.
So do you think when Biff is chilling with Kevin Peterson and Shane Warne, and then they try to invite Daryl, Daryl's like, I'm not coming, bro.
No. If Warne's on the commentary team, there's
It
no way.
triggers him, eh?
No.
They must put them together.
No, it ain't gonna work.
I bet you Daryl Cullinan won't say a word. There'll be Shane Warne commentating on his own.
Yeah, I mean, now Brooks, good for golf, dude. Hey,
We need this.
without Tiger Woods, golf doesn't have a product.
It's boring, eh?
No, it doesn't have a product. There's no
Yeah.
juice. Like Rory's playing. Like, who's the personality guys? Poulter's not good enough to be interesting for long.
Neither is who's that guy? Fowler. And Fowler's also lost it ever since he cut his hair.
No, but Fowler's more vibes than quality as well. Like,
Exactly.
Like he's a good golfer. I mean, listen, you're at that level, and he's good. He's good. He may win a major.
Smith is boring.
Very boring, but professional. It's like Tiger Woods. You know, he'll never get the credit he deserves. Love Michael Jordan. Love LeBron James. Love Tom Brady. I love John Elway. I love Sachin Tendulkar.
Bolt.
I love Usain Bolt. But there'll never be a 360 product like Tiger Woods. Just as a single entity, nobody's ever been Tiger Woods. Is that he's the best to ever do what he does, right? Yeah. Electric figure off the field, and there's controversy.
That's what you want.
Like LeBron, for all of his greatness, there's nothing off the field. So there's nothing really to get me, LeBron. Other than his play, what else can you critique about LeBron? He's a model citizen. He gives back to his community. You know what I mean? Tiger Woods said, hey, don't call me black. What did he? Cabalasian. Like, already, that's like, huh? So black people now feel some type of way.
But he knew he was black when he stepped out.
When he did
the thing.
When he did things. But again, you get that.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it. How old was he when he won 40 plus? So I came back. You hate me.
Guy.
I'm winning. And I moved the golf ratings by 200% purely because
he pushed the needle, like literally.
I think this is not a controversial thing to say. He is the Jesus Christ figure of sport. Have you seen what the gallows are like when Tiger's playing?
Especially in golf, bro.
Have you seen how they move around him? It's like he's a messiah. No sporting figure has that.
It's like, someone said it nicely. It's like, when it was Moses leading the Israelites to the promised land.
Yes.
They said that's Tiger Woods. Because literally...
They will follow him anyway.
Literally.
White, black, they don't care.
Tiger's going.
He's a monster. And you know what?
Imagine playing same time as Tiger Woods.
You know what's great about Tiger? Sport is... golf is so conservative. It is like mostly rich white guys, right?
Yeah.
They follow him. And they can't stand it. Everything about him revolts. Like, that kind of... He was athletic, came through, brash, black. And now he's ripping it up, right? As well as... Plus, remember when Tiger wasn't shaking hands with guys? They hate that because Phil Mickelson is what they want golf to be.
Yeah.
Tiger said, hey, relax here, guys.
I'm here to beat people.
And you're not going to deny it. You're going to buy... Not only are you going to buy the red shirt, not only are you going to buy my clubs. When I play, you're going to follow me like you're my donkey. I've got you.
Like I'm leading you to the Red Sea.
Tiger Woods underappreciated golf suffering right now. I don't care how good Bryson DeChambeau is.
He's not Tiger Woods, man.
Whoa.
Hey, wait.
Okay, going from one problem to another now. We need to be very careful here. It has been released that, listen, he needs a fair trial. So this is just us reporting. We won't really get into this. But Sky Sports breaking news. It is important to say at this stage that I have said this guy is Pep Guardiola's nightmare. And I preempted nothing like this. But I did say it's a situation. Breaking news, Sky Sports. Manchester City footballer Benjamin Mendy will remain in custody ahead of a potential trial on rape charges after a bail application was refused.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Senzo's got more breaking. What else we got, pal?
So, staying in Manchester. There you go. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Breaking news. This is a breaking news show. Sky Sports News. My, oh my, oh my. What a day for the reporters. Manchester United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka has pleaded guilty to driving while disqualified without a license, without insurance. Now, I just want to say, if you have not lived in the United Kingdom, I did live there. It is illegal to drive without having insurance for your car there. And I mean, that's standard across most first world countries. So just so that's not confusing for anybody, without insurance is a criminal offense. It's not just a tick on your license. It is a criminal offense. You can actually be banned for life if you.
It's like not having a TV license here.
If stronger even. I mean, here, no TV license. Okay, but the system. There's no the system.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's a real. That's a real thing. What were we just saying about his hairstyle?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was reading this.
Chief, cut that hair.
What?
You know who else did it? R.I.P. Sheikh Tiote. I don't know if you know, he was caught for driving with a fake driver's license.
But
you know what? I know this is difficult for liberal people to hear. Sometimes I feel like as black people, we need to have a meeting with some of our guys in public and say, Buffett, we understand you're rich. We don't want your money. But let's just have a meeting and you're not representing us correct now. Wan-Bissaka, let's just start with the hair.
my thing is that he's with Rashford,
No,
the people's champ.
I don't think he's with Rashford. Because people like Marcus Rashford, he's a stellar human being. He saw him first day, he said, Lo, ngenkon.
I'm gonna stay away from him.
Yes, Ako. No, dude, Rashford takes himself serious. There's no way. Rashford needs to see from, you know what? You can fake being a nice guy for a year or two. Marcus Rashford's been a great oak for 5 years now.
Dog, he's got that good, okay?
Which means there's no way. Marcus Rashford, a guy like him, has the self-confidence to say, Chief, ungasondeli. Don't come near me.
But this nonsense is ending.
Why?
Christy West is back in
my
the building.
God, listen to this guy. He's unbearable. So what, you reckon he comes in there? He's already got the template.
What's this? What's this?
Is that his Portuguese accent? I like that. What's
this?
Here's what Ronaldo does. You know what? Ronaldo's such a good guy. You know what he has? He has a template for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He says, you can pick one of these 3 haircuts. It's over now. Because I've allowed you to play your own rules.
Yeah, and Pogba doesn't run it anymore.
Yeah, and no line nonsense here. You have
Pogba's
3.
the only guy. You only allowed 1. Pogba's the only one.
And no, Pogba, he might have 10 haircuts.
No, because he's won the World Cup. So
so you'll have some respect.
He's got to pass. And you're lucky you know Rafael. So
you know what? I still think he'll send Pogba an email. He'll say, Chief, it's your last season here if you're not serious. You've been here 6 years now. We haven't won the title once.
Jaden thought he was going to be vibes.
Sancho. That's who needs the template. Say, Jaden, Chief, this thing of gonna lockdown, ne? Haircuts in lockdown while I'm here, that's not gonna happen. And plus those tattoos, you must wear long sleeves only. Like Chadwick used to do, remember?
Yeah.
It was Luke
Chadwick, yeah.
He used to wear long sleeves only. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do because we don't see those tattoos at practice, Chief. And let's line up. And this thing of coming back, you've seen Sancho's overweight, eh?
Yeah.
You've seen he's looking around.
It's the bag, dog.
That's over now. Like you said, Ronaldo's here now. But can we talk about Wan-Bissaka? Can we just have that tweet up again, James? I mean, sorry, folks. People struggle to hear this. I am not afraid to say it. Is we do need to speak to some of our black heroes and people that have achieved. I just have to read this again. Just utter disbelief. Manchester United's Aaron Wan-Bissaka has pleaded guilty to driving while disqualified, without a license, and without insurance. So it's a triple threat. Now, while disqualified could be drunken driving before, he may have had points, although he wouldn't have had points because he doesn't have a license.
Like he's on Dala, Chief.
So before we go there though, does he not have a license or did he just not have his license there?
Or maybe he's suspended from driving, disqualified.
Well, yeah, disqualified means he shouldn't be driving, right?
At all.
But now without a license, does that mean No, that means he doesn't have a license. Because you know what, he would have got a fine and that wouldn't have been a charge.
Oh my. So they probably took his license. So he's disqualified. I got a license.
But you know what his haircut tells you? He rolls squad deep. And
yeah.
So one of his boys bought the car. He said, hey, man them. Not sure that he's from London, but I'd imagine he is.
He is. Wasn't he at Palace?
Palace. Hey.
Come, bruv.
All right, mate.
Come here, big man.
Big man.
Big man plays for Manchester. He's a monk. He's a full monk now.
I need a little ting, blood.
Yeah.
Go get me a little ting.
Bruv's a full monk now.
And Wan-Bissaka does the roadman. I've got socks and I'm wearing slops at the same time. the socks that are above the calf with slops.
Big man rolls with Pogba.
Say, big man, need a little thing from Range Rover and that. Get a license. Yo, no, guys,
This wasn't happening under Fergie's watch.
Listen, as a black man, there's no way I can accept Aaron Wan-Bissaka doing what he's doing. First thing, maybe we should put pressure on him. James, can we change the hashtag AWB haircut template? Because as black people, we need to put pressure. So if you are listening...
He needs to go do what Martial did. Do you see Martial's cut now? That's what Wan-Bissaka needs. Litwadi. He even needs Litwadi.
So you know what we need is Aaron Wan-Bissaka needs pressure from black people to say, you know the haircut before you go and see your mom for holidays? Get that one. Whatever comes to your soul with that thought.
Actually, Rio Ferdinand needs to speak to him. Because Rio Ferdinand had to rebrand. You remember he had cornrows?
He had cornrows and he missed the drugs test, that whole thing.
And then, I'm showing up the brushest of cuts.
Hey, but Rio's also got tendencies. Who's Rashford? We need to, Rashford's the guy to talk to.
No,
have you ever
but
seen
Rio's
Rashford with a crazy haircut?
No, but listen, Rio's from London. And he played with Ronaldo.
Maybe it's those London tendencies. No, Rio's also got his thing now. Oopie's a fashion. I love Rio Ferdinand, by the way. I love Rio Ferdinand. But no. I don't want those tendencies because he's going to bring those London. And Rio's from the East End, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want those East End tendencies. Rashford's the guy. Because Rashford's also got these...
But Rashford's also... But he's got like the hairstyle.
Rashford's got the simple fade.
No, he doesn't have the simple fade. Have you seen it now?
What's he doing now?
It's like... He's got a shorts, but like with blonde tips, dyed.
Now?
But dog, if you're an MBE, like if you're feeding the nation, like with your haircuts...
No, so Rashford's starting to believe in himself. Vincent Kompany.
No, but that's the blue half.
No. Character coach. So put your colours aside for a second. Vincent Kompany needs to come to Wan-Bissaka and, have a coming to Jesus moment and say, how long do you want to do this football thing?
Isn't Quinton Fortune still there?
That's the guy. Because Quinton Fortune's from rough Cape Town as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever heard anything else? Because Benny...
Still got an S-curl up here.
Benny's got a gold tooth.
S-curl.
No millions are getting rid of the S-curl and gold tooth. A lot of people are going to say that's
He's
racist.
got a Champions League, boy.
So, shout out to Benny and the S-curl. So, Benny's Ben.
Yeah.
Benny's Cape Town. He's my Ochi.
I'm come here to retire. I came here to win teams. Shout out to Benny McCarthy when he signed for Pirates.
Yes.
Yeah?
So, Benny's my guy.
He needs to go speak to Quinton Fortune.
And Quinton's from rough Cape Town.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard a thing about Quinton Fortune?
And he was Man United ambassador.
That's the guy. Quinton Fortune. Oh, what a left foot. What a player.
You know what I mean?
Remember when South Africa were good at this soccer thing?
When we were okay, yeah. Not the mediocre that is being displayed now.
Now we can't even we don't even have sponsors for the Bafana
Guys,
Bafana.
we're the only guys, our Chiva, that celebrate not qualifying. Unbelievable.
The only way Bafana Bafana are qualifying now is if we host.
You see, I just read a tweet now. Sorry. Going back to Ansu Fati, this number 10 thing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Now, they're already doing that thing. Boss's youngest debutant since the 1940s.
No.
Boss's youngest La Liga scorer.
Oh, no.
Boss's youngest player to play UEFA Champions League for them. Youngest ever UEFA Champions League goal scorer. Boss's number 10 at 18. Ansu Fati is just getting started. Guys, leave the kid alone.
Oh, no. Here's the thing, right, is it's tough for this guy because you know what they're doing it for? They need to sell a documentary so that they can actually afford electricity at Barcelona because they're the poorest club in the world. Is now he's a product now because he's the next hope. What the documentary at the end of the season is going to be disgusting about him. James's kind of dramatic editing. You know when James puts the music and he puts the drama, he fades to black. That's going to be Ansu Fati for 50 minutes. Where's he from? Guinea? Is it Guinea-Bissau or? There's going to be that story. They're going to go they could just go to any generic African hood and they're probably not even going to go to the original place.
Shout out to Guhle Mkosi in the comments.
Yeah.
CR7 to AWB. Pick one of these haircuts or Dallas starts the next game.
to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Ansu Fati is dead, dude. He's dead. There's no winning from here. So shout out to him. You know what? You know why his life sucks even more? You can't even as the agent say, let's get a bigger contract. Barcelona can barely afford to pay for a bath water. Forget about giving you a new contract.
That's why Griezmann, he left. Because Griezmann rolls deep. Phantom. Comes to Phantom in training. They said, we have to...
Yeah, look humble.
Griezmann said, in who's Phantom?
Griezmann, let's address something there. Since we've just broken through every kind of colour stereotype, is Antoine Griezmann is that I've always said to people, there's no blacker person on this planet than a white guy who only has black friends.
But look,
But you know that guy.
yes. But look at it as well from Griezmann's perspective. You see how France is loaded. But also Griezmann, when they line up, it's the white guys, Lloris and
Yeah.
Hernandez and Pavard. They go front of the Griezmann says, "Nah, chief, I'm here at the back. I'm off the Paul Pogba."
And he's with the black guys because there's also there's Thierry Henry. I don't mean those black guys. Like Mendy and Pogba,
Kimpembe
and Matuidi.
Kimpembe.
Were they about that part? Who's that other guy? Remember when they were who's the centre back? Umtiti. Those guys. Because we need to be able to say this in open. There's levels to being black. There's levels. There's Umtiti and there's Thierry Henry.
But you must just look at France, the way they come out the tunnel, right? So it goes like Lloris because he's captain.
Yes.
Then all the white guys behind Lloris. Right?
Yeah.
Then you get Varane.
Yeah. That's what so Varane wouldn't be seen dead.
Yes, then you get Varane. Then you get the humble black guys, like N'Golo Kante.
Yes.
And then you get the guys who are about that
Abom Swanko.
Abom Swanko. Benzema falls in there because Benzema, have you seen what Benzema's friends are like?
He blackmailed Valbuena, so he's got those, as black people, we move like that, we get him.
I bet you Pogba gassed Griezmann into buying a Phantom.
No, in fact, he's buying, with the way dynamics are.
Yeah.
Griezmann, I imagine, to make it relatable to black people, and I'm sure around the world, but just in South Africa.
Yeah.
Griezmann's that guy. He's the middle class white guy with all the black friends, and he only listens to the 90s hip hop. By the way, this white guy I'm talking about has never heard of Drake. He doesn't play that nonsense. Black girlfriend. He's never even looked at a white girl anywhere. Yeah. You know this guy though?
Antoine, yeah.
But you know what he is? He's the guy who produces the beats for all the guys who rap. Because he's got the Mac. His parents can afford the Mac. The rest of us, let's be serious, guys.
He's like Drake's producer, 40.
Oh, he's a white guy. I've never... Go and look at... If you don't believe me, go and look at Antoine Griezmann's social media now. I looked at his Instagram page. There's not a white person on there.
He's about it, though.
All the massages he's with Pogba, like you say. And he's with Abom Swanko. Not, like you said, Varane. He wouldn't be caught dead with him.
Varane's a father, bro.
No, Varane might as well be Lloris's mate. If
it's just that the skin color doesn't allow.
If your skin tone is Varane...
You know Varane chills with N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, abantu abadala.
Because N'Golo Kante, all the money in the world, drives a Mini Cooper.
No, abantu abadala. They're there to play soccer. Griezmann wants life. Ufuna Pogba, life. You saw his dancing, eh?
Exactly when he scores.
You know how... we're in a gender fluid time. He's color fluid. Because he's a black man trapped in a white guy's body.
Obvious, bro.
And he's even got that thing as well. He's not faking it. He's got the...
That's the thing. I saw him Barca training.
Yeah.
Ansu Fati probably came there in his Fiat 500. Griezmann said, nah, Phantom.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce Phantom. Guys, not even Messi drives a Phantom.
And Antoine Griezmann is that guy. He's got every set of Jordans. And he wears them once.
NY baseball cap. Came to Barca like that with the Gucci.
And I bet you Antoine Griezmann's not even dating. There's a lot of sort of West African immigrants in France that are doing it. He's probably dating a lady from the Ivory Coast. He's not dating a European, who's now been to Sian Sport.
But I've seen Griezmann's wife. Like, she's
white, just for appearances.
But Pogba's wife is also white. So
we know. Hey, we need to be open on this show. Do any of the black guys have a black wife?
Nah,
not a single one of them. From Bakari Sanya, shout out to him having 800 people at his wedding, by the way. 800 people at his wedding. That's more
people than I went to high school with.
800 people, Bakari Sanya. Those guys, I've never...
Abu Malume, so yeah, Abu Malume. And Malume's +1.
Any black guys that you can think of who don't have a white... We know, the black guys, once they make it, I was about my sister there, and they black ladies are not loving it, but okay, that's a separate
that's a conversation for another
different thing. But Antoine Griezmann, shout out, Swanko. Swanko.
Greasy Grease.
You say yes, sir? Maybach. What is he have?
Phantom.
The Phantom SUV or
Phantom.
If that doesn't say black, I don't know what does. Money and black.
That's a $300,000 car.
There's no white guy buying a Phantom.
It doesn't make economical sense for them.
No.
And for them to drive it.
He says, yeah, no,
don't worry, I'm about this life.
He's driving a Phantom in Jordans.
To Barca training.
What a life. What a life that guy's living. All right, let's get back to football. Liverpool actually, this one's pretty quick because they don't care about their football club anymore at all. Jurgen Klopp, all vibes all the time. By the way, speaking of Mswenko, before we go to this, Jimbo, let's quickly discuss Jurgen Klopp. James, your thoughts on Jurgen Klopp now going from sort of a father figure. I don't know if you've seen, he had LASIK surgery. He's still got that summer tan. He's out here looking like Mr. Take Your Chick. Your thoughts? Because Jurgen's flexing on him right now. You seen that, the beard, the way it's lined up?
The trim, eh?
Hey.
And the cap is like even fitting like grand
It's
now.
new. It's new. There's a
No
different...
spectacles anymore.
So, James...
Nah, he's about that. He's about that.
Your thoughts on Jurgen possibly giving up on football and becoming Umswenko? Your thoughts?
I think hashtag swag, bro.
Oh, you into it?
Yeah, dude. I think it looks pretty good.
That's because you look a bit like Jurgen Klopp. Just your thoughts that he doesn't wear glasses anymore and you're still stuck in the old Jurgen look. Are you going to have LASIK and maybe shave that beard a little bit so that it's in shape like Jurgen's?
It was in shape at the beginning of this week, but this is what stress does to me. So
No, that's a lie. You haven't shaved in like 3 weeks.
Honest.
What do you
So,
mean?
so you don't even like Jurgen Klopp?
I shaved last week.
So you don't even like Jurgen Klopp is what
I
you're
love
saying?
Jurgen Klopp. He's
So-
my boy.
So why don't you look like him anymore?
I feel like I don't have to look like someone to
No,
like
and he
them.
started wearing flat caps. James.
He's over Jurgen. Oh, that's sad.
Oh.
That is how fickle they are. All right, James. Nice to know that you don't even love your football club anymore. You don't care about your manager
true.
But like,
becoming the Griezmann of managers.
do you know? I've got a theory on why they didn't sign. Because the savior's back. Virgil.
All
you know
right.
how they were reeling without Virgil.
Also, let's be real. Virgil bodied Lukaku on the weekend. I'm just saying, and you said he would never be back to the full form after his injury.
But you guys
So
were playing
after
with 14
one
men.
game,
They were playing with 14 men.
yeah. So one game with a referee.
All three
with
of
the
Virgil
VAR.
games has been good.
One game with a VAR, right?
Do you know can stop this nonsense?
Yep.
So we'll call Jordan Pickford.
All right. I mean, I'm not wishing that injury. We all realize what happened there. Right, James. Give us the transfers of people you've sold because you've decided, obviously, your club. We might as well not talk about who they brought in. Biggest loss possibly in the Premier League, I will argue. Gini Wijnaldum is the most underrated human ever. He's gone to PSG. He has collected all of the money that's ever been available to everyone at £400,000 a week. So
Are
shout
you
out to him.
serious?
Yeah, that is the reported figure. Maybe we can switch back to Senzo for this next one. My mate,
man.
so it's Senzo's mate from Four Ways. You can maybe give
Not
us
even, bro. It's from Edenvale, boy.
the Vale. What is he? What does he look like?
You are, Cass. Yeah, no, but I'll sort it out. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about the guy. With these vape. You've seen Shaqiri, boys. You know who Shaqiri is.
All right, Sheridan Shaqiri is off to Lyon. He's him and his guy.
He's got the tat, the tribal tat that
Yeah,
comes here.
yeah.
No, Khai, listen, let me tell you, Khai. I'm a very serious guy, Khai. And I call my cousin, don't worry about it, Khai. Got you, Khai. No, bro.
Sheridan Shaqiri. All right, there's a sense of thoughts. So he's gone to Lyon. All right,
It's going to be so worse.
down there.
But he's lucky that Memphis vied.
Yo, that would have been too much. Because I'm already wondering, Man United, Sancho Pogba, I wonder how long that thing...
But Ronaldo's back, Chief.
Oh, you
Straightening
said-
it up.
Which is a weed. And lastly, a terrific left foot, a man who's been very, very unlucky. I think it's a good signing. £12 million, Harry Wilson. Terrific player. Terrific young player.
Bargain,
And I think the injuries have been a nightmare. He went to Bournemouth, they got relegated, but he's got serious potential. Look for him to be a top 10 Aston Villa type player very, very soon. I really like him. And then transfers in, I mean, we could quickly do this for Liverpool. They have signed, honestly, just all they've brought in is, if you're not watching it on YouTube, you should be. But I mean, if you're listening on the podcast, really, a packet of Mari biscuits and Ibrahima Konate is the only thing that's come into, Liverpool.
But wait, Geordie signed an extension. Geordie.
I mean, this football club. But this is what happens, right? Is you ever been with people with money, right? And people who just got money.
Yeah.
Liverpool have been nothing for 30 years. Now they got a little bit of money. League Nyana, Champions League Nyana. Hey, If people have an inheritance, don't try and keep up with those people.
Dude.
See, they thought they could keep up with Chelsea and Man City, and you ain't about that life. You ain't about that life. So Liverpool are finding out now.
Hey, good taste.
Gachisa Zului.
Hey, the guys blowing a comma like it's tiring work.
Roman Abramovich isn't playing. He's in this
It's
thing for the long-
because we actually develop talent, not buy it.
Okay.
Is this the same
But yeah,
guys
I'll
that,
see you guys later.
No,
Have a good
let's.
one.
Okay, they developed talent. Nice to hear. Yeah.
Have a
the
good
same
one.
talent that left them to go play for Man United and win a league there?
No,
Yes, I went there.
again-
Michael Owen.
Again,
I'll say it.
like I told you, if people have money, they don't drive a Bentley. Like you said, if people are
Prayers, boy.
like, I know people with more money than God. Guys are walking to the shops. Find, and again, I'll say it, black guys, you get that first promotion. You know, we're already on that Usati Vrpa. Saw a guy down my road. Went to high school with him. I know his family. Like, he just made it now. My man, what's the top level Mercedes Benz that you get?
What,
Not the Maybach, but like,
A65.
no,
AMG.
but it's got that extra sign. Well, it's not the normal.
AMG.
AMG. There's levels. So Liverpool now, they're those new money guys who just got something, you know what I mean? They buy a girlfriend, buy something new. We know you. The Romans in this thing for a lifetime. Man City are for real. The MKT Show. See you in a bit. You deserve this.
My man.
Come on, bro. This is, dude, I wake up out. Hey, I'm not saying I'm the greatest of all time, but, you know, let me say this. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everyone else.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying, dog?
You're the people's champ, bro.
You know what I'm saying, dog? So that is what that is. I mean, that's not up to me. This is a gift. It's a gift. It's a privilege. Now let's talk about this. In the break, by the way, some stuff came up, folks, which has. This is actually an analogy. It's blown my hair away. I have just heard, folks, that hair pieces or weaves can go up to 10,000 rand. I did not know this. I've never dated anybody who has a weave. I would, it's not my lifestyle. I've just heard that 10,000 rand for a weave. So for our international listeners, that is $1,000
For extensions.
What are you talking about?
Bro, you can even lay by, bro.
So for our international viewers, what's lay-by?
So it's layaway. So when you every month you put down an amount of money and you basically purchase it without actually taking it. So you installments, exactly.
So, but okay, now I guess this is the question: who's a weave for? Is it for the ladies' confidence? I mean,
yeah,
that's what it's about, hey? Confidence, long hair, I'm looking good. So guys obviously love that. Otherwise, the weaves wouldn't be selling like
Chief. This. You know what it is.
10,000 rand.
You're playing, bro.
The average salary in South Africa. I was looking at numbers last night. It has just dipped actually to 2,900 rand a month. The average salary.
Bro, weaves are blowing that out the water.
So for 4 average salaries in South Africa, you can look good.
You can look great.
So do people wear weaves every day, or is it like a?
Oh yeah.
So that type of weave, are you wearing that every day, or just when it's time to go?
I don't know. I've never had a weave, but like weaves are big business, my man.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that for swag, or is it just for everyday confidence?
Everyday confidence.
I'm at work. I'm an accountant.
You must slay, bro.
So if I'm an accountant, am I wearing my weave there?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Wow, this is. I
have a feeling Senzo's lying. I feel like he has had a weave before.
Yeah.
James, what are you thinking? Worn one or dated somebody who wears weaves? Or which?
Bro, everybody's
I think a little bit of both. I think he's dabbled in both areas.
What are you saying there?
Why would I dabble in weaves?
Are you saying he's like Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah.
A pantyhose and that whole thing?
I think, I just think maybe he's dabbled here and there, you know?
With what?
Dated someone that has worn just
a weave and wearing it.
Yeah.
Is he wearing like the full on negligee or not really?
No. I don't think he's gone that far.
Where do you think he stops? Just at the weave, or you think he's wearing like pantyhose as well? He's out there.
I think just at the weave.
Unbelievable.
Underneath, do you think he wears? So James, you may or may not know.
No, where you're going.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
Where am I going? Where am I going? Where was I going, James? All right, since you know where I'm going, you might as well take us there.
Were you going to the place where he was wearing
With the pantyhose.
We all knew where. So we all know. So you're wearing the pantyhose with the knot on top for whatever reason at all
Why would
times.
I need to wear a weave? She's short back and sides.
No, but maybe you've got a thing, and you know.
It's okay to experiment every now and then, I guess.
You reckon he's wearing the pantyhose?
Yeah.
James is deflecting.
I don't know. Now I kind of.
But weaves are expensive. Like you get Brazilian ones, you get Peruvian ones.
I'm just saying, how does Senzo know weaves are expensive? I'm just saying.
Bro,
Yeah,
every black man knows a weave is expensive. Ask any black man.
That's a bit racist because James has dated a woman of color before. White guys are dating
Ask any
black women now.
Ask any black man. When they speak about girlfriend allowance, you have to factor in the weave. Hey, you guys are playing games.
Okay, we're here now. What's a girlfriend allowance? We might as well get into it.
So, as a hardworking man, you as a hardworking man,
Okay.
you need to give your girlfriend an allowance to slay.
Okay.
So that's just, to go to Tasha's,
Yeah.
for the weave,
What are we talking about there? Because are we talking about 10,000 rand a month? What are girlfriend? What do those look like? You're not in that business.
Now you're just pretending not to know. That's where I feel
No,
like
you must ask tenderpreneurs. I'm not a tenderpreneur on what girlfriend allowance.
Yeah, you gotta have a tender or something like that. Like, who are these people that can afford to just give someone 30 grand a month? How big? What's the biggest girlfriend allowance you've ever heard about?
Bro, they're people who are
Talk to me.
Who are on serious. I don't know like actual figures, but they're
Are you
people
talking
on
like 50, 60?
They're people on serious figures, dog. Serious figures.
James, would you take a boyfriend allowance? I've just thought about it now. You seem like the type of guy who would want to live that kind of soft life.
I don't think so.
I like that he thought about it.
Okay, hold on, James. So let's say a Hollywood A-lister comes and dates you, right? and even says, look, here is your allowance. Whenever I need you at my beck and call, you must be here. You say you wouldn't take it.
You guys won't believe me, but I genuinely wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't.
Until they plaster 7 figures in front of you.
$10,000 a month just to be vibes.
Nah.
$20,000.
I think you guys are just gonna go up until there's.
You're basically a handbag, dude.
$100,000, right? You get to be vibes with Selena Gomez or whoever's big in your world. $100,000 per month, guaranteed. She has to put it away in an escrow account 3 years minimum. So what's that? 100,000. What's that? 36. So $3.6 million guaranteed. You're going to get
3.6 million rand.
Well, no, dollars. We're
Dollars.
talking A-lister in Hollywood now. So we're talking, what is that? About 50 million rand, give or take. I might be wrong. It's more. It's probably around 60 million rand.
70.
Yeah. So 70 million rand, 3 years guaranteed. Selena Gomez or whoever you find attractive, you don't have to say because you've got a lady, and I don't want to put you in hot water. But A-lister, you've got 60 million rand for 3 years. Are you basically a human accessory?
No. Again, still no.
Why not?
I like, like doing my own thing and hustling for myself and like that. I don't know. I also feel like I'd get super bored, and I hate being bored.
My boy, do you know what 70 million is?
So Senzo, okay, well, I mean, let's bring it back. Obviously, Senzo is not agreeing with you. That's tough.
Have you ever seen $70 million in your bank account? You'd crap your pants.
How much would it take to buy you, Senzo?
Huh?
How much would it take to buy you?
I don't know until the money is in front of me.
$20,000, and again, you're in a relationship, so I don't want to put you in hot water, so that because it gets awkward. I mean, I've been in this situation, and now your lady's gonna think you want her to look like that. So I'm not gonna say. So Hollywood A-lister, $30,000, guaranteed, locked in for $40,000, $50,000. Hollywood A-lister, you're at every party. Brad Pitt's your best mate now.
Millions, I'll think about it.
Millions per month. Millions per month.
Dude, if you convert that kind of money, like let's say they give you $100,000.
Let's say that's $1 million rand at 10.
A month.
$1 million rand a month. So that's 12
To
million.
go hang out with Brad Pitt and stuff.
Yeah.
You tell me you turn it down, have to go think about it.
You would have to seriously think about it.
Not like James, no, off the bat.
You'd have to think about it.
You'd have to, dude.
Every man, like a mentor of mine always says to me, every man has his price. You just have to find it. You just have to find it. And there's people like James, obviously, who do think they are Moses.
I'm not saying I would, but I'd seriously go have a think about it.
Who's the guy who led the Israelites across the desert? Is that Moses?
Moses, the real stating of the Bible, but that's another conversation.
So James thinks he's like Moses leading the Israelites across the desert. He's just perfect. Forget you, James. For enough money, every man has a price.
Do you know people underestimate how much $1 million is? Have you ever seen 7 figures in your bank account? I haven't.
I remember once doing we did a documentary, and I kind of understood how people get corrupt for a second, because it was an American thing we did with a Hollywood producer, and that amount of money landed in our business account, and I did have a moment where I thought, man, I do like jet skis.
It tempted you.
I thought to myself for a
second. You found your mind straying, hey?
No, luckily, when I was a delinquent, luckily I wasn't doing anything illegal per se. But I do believe, like, my mom is the least violent person in the world. But if I ever did that, my father would murder me. Actually, my father would kill me, because my father's like, there's right or wrong in his book, right? So yeah, my father would murder me, and that would come to my mind, as I've always thought, I don't want my parents having to go to jail for murdering me for shaming the family name. But I did realize that, dude, once you see, have you ever seen anybody's bank account where there's 2 commas?
I think I have.
So, like, that's insane.
That's ridiculous.
I'd have to think about it. I won't lie. Like, I'm not like James. I don't think I'm Noah saving 2 animals 2 by 2.
And you just have to be a handbag.
What am I? Yeah, but it does. It will get ugly, like on a Sunday, and then she just phones you and you have to come over. That's brutal. Like it's United Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
Or United City, right? And now she goes, no, there's a brunch, and we're getting hammered on a Sunday night. You're a handbag now. Handbags go with their partners, right?
Yeah.
So in the end, I probably would end up with James, because it's tough for me to enjoy anything more than watching Super Sunday at home with nacho chips. Like I just
Yeah.
you know, I like to train in the morning. I don't know if there's
Oh,
much,
you like your life the way it is, yeah.
I'm in love with the way my life is right
Yeah.
now. Like
And no, trust me, I know. Like I've been around you.
yeah, because you know what? I don't know. Maybe James lived a different life before. Maybe he was running drugs for a Colombian drug cartel.
El Gringo.
We don't know that. Good old El Gringo there. But you know, I've been to Tomorrowland. I've been to Yacht Week. Like I think to myself,
You've
I
chilled
wonder-
with Richard Gere. So.
you know what I mean? Like, what more could I buy? I'd probably listen again, but I'm not perfect. Make it $10 million per month, and I'm probably needing to seek counseling. So shout out to James. He said no, absolutely straight away.
Anyway,
Shout out to James. He's no. A lot of
this
people.
is a sports show, by
A
the
lot
way.
of people saying he's a liar. Oh yes, we do talk sports here. Wow, it weaves, huh? Who knew? Who knew where they'd take us? All right, Chelsea Football Club, still a thing. By the way, that's the scarf over there because they've just won the Champions League and obviously already won a European trophy this season. Can't have a failure of a season regardless. You know who needs a statue at Chelsea? Marina.
She's the real MVP, actually.
Because look at this. Transfers out. Everybody says Chelsea's ruining football. Fikayo Tomori, 25 million. Tammy Abraham, 34 million. By the way, that brilliant Livamento.
Yes.
Have you seen him? He's 18. He's an unbelievable footballer.
Yeah.
It looks like Harry Maguire, but he plays like Danny Alves. Absolutely incredible. He had a storm against Man United.
James, what about Msholos?
Yeah, Zuma went 25 million.
29.
29 million. I mean, Marina is doing it.
That's dope, actually, because... No, Chelsea... No, Chelsea are serious, man. James, can you show us transfers in? Because that's what scares me. That's the one that came in last night.
Yeah, I mean, Romelu Lukaku at 97.5 million pounds. Saul Niguez,
That one.
Atletico Madrid, they got him the loan, compelled to buy. I mean,
It's a €5 million loan.
and they will have to buy him. I mean, they're obviously playing games.
Dog,
again
do you
with
know your midfield
financial
is sorted now?
I've always said the one place Chelsea need to upgrade if we want to be a 5-star team is Jorginho. Like, sorry, European football's nice, right? Is when you're playing Euros and international, it's like walking a dog in the park,
Yeah.
right? Champions League is, you're playing La Liga teams, we're going for a walk. Premier League, Watford's a nightmare. And Jorginho has no running ability. And part of the problem, and you saw it against Liverpool, teams know they can trap Jorginho by pressing him.
They press him and then that's it.
Saul Niguez, you just try that. You see, he says, Chief, I'm from Atletico Madrid. In fact, bring the physical contact. Because Diego Simeone loved that, is I'm out. Once you try and press him, and he's a...
And then he creates, and then he says, here you go, Kai Havertz, like, you boys go have fun.
He's a better passer than Jorginho. Jorginho's a great game controller. What he doesn't have the pass... You know what Jorginho doesn't have? Is physical strength. Like, even, you know, when in football...
He's nice for ball retention, no Jorginho.
Exactly. But in football, when you look at Xabi Alonso and these great ones, they don't need a backswing to hit 60 yards.
Yeah.
Is the physical strength and the technique. Xabi Alonso used to just kiss the football. It's on Ronaldo's toe.
There you go.
And Jorginho just can't do that. He doesn't have the physical strength. Paul Scholes is another one. You look at Paul Scholes' quads. Like, people think that was just technique, but hey, Scholes, he hits it stays hit. Like, he was British bulldog. He doesn't look it because he's tiny redhead, but Paul Scholes was an animal. Jorginho has no...
And Saul is nice with it, man.
No, he's got that Spanish nastiness as well. I kind of like that. So we'll get stuck in there. I love that.
And then you got Aspilicueta backing him up. And you got
Yeah, they're having
Alonso
paella
playing.
every day now. They're just out here, talking about Spain and wearing a flag, and you know what I mean. Probably having a coffee, just hanging out, talking Spanish stuff.
It's serious at Chelsea.
It's
now.
real. It's now Chelsea are real, and now I genuinely.
That was that piece that you're like, Chelsea's maybe something in the midfield, but
You know what I mean?
and if Lukaku gets tired, you got Turbo Timo.
Oh, we're fine. There, we're fine. Don't worry about it. Play Havertz up front. Don't worry about it. There was never the problem. In the stomach.
Stomach.
In the stomach.
The Mach.
In the stomach. It's sweet.
Engine room.
We Jorginho ain't like you know what I love Jorginho for? Last 20 minutes. Because what he's brilliant at is when
Game management.
when you press and he's facing you, please do that all the time. Because he's got the tap and I'll give it there, I'll go to the right place, I'll get it back, and we can absorb the pressure. When you have to press and you have to play at the high tempo, that's when he gets exposed.
And then you get Ngolo to do the... Then you get Saul to do the destroyer job. Yes.
Now you got Kovacic coming off the bench. He's a runner. He's a box-to-box guy. It's perfect. Now, you know what Chelsea are now is bloody serious. And what it does do, Thomas Tuchel, by the way, we're not Arsenal.
Hot seater.
We're not Man United. That doesn't fly here. The title is now...
It's now or never.
I'll tell you what. Next 2 seasons, they'll probably give him the next 2 seasons because Champions League will buy him that. We expect to be in the top 2 this season.
Okay.
And we don't mean 10 points off. It better go down to the last 2 fixtures. We expect to be late Champions League and we will get a local trophy. And Roman doesn't negotiate.
So FA Cup, Nyana,
FA
top
Cup
2.
FA Cup on its own is not good enough.
So FA Cup and League Cup.
What if he wins both of them?
Yeah.
Oh no, then let's talk, Tommy. We'll see you next season. Have a good holiday.
Okay, but like I'm saying, like for you, okay. Say FA Cup, you finish second in the league, lose by 6-7 points.
Yep.
And then Champions League semi-final.
Tommy, we'll see you next season, pal. We'll go again because we understand Aspilicueta's kind of getting old. Thiago Silva, maybe those legs catch up. But as long as you can get us there, Osbonisi direction. Plus, you want Kunde next season. And then, by the way, if you're not winning the league by January, we fire you next year because Roman doesn't play that. No, we don't play that. We're not Man United.
But do not what's gonna happen with that. Then now you guys say, okay, yeah, this is what he can do. Then you say, okay, no, give you Haaland just for backup.
What do you need?
What do you need to place us there?
Roman is the one owner in world football who gives you the rope to pull yourself up or to hang yourself. I believe there is no greater in terms of. I like Levy as the negotiator, but I believe in world football there is no better guy to. What do you need? Tell me everything you need. Talk once.
Here's my black card.
Yeah, here's once. Talk once because I don't want to see you again. Roman doesn't want to see you twice. The
next time I see you means I'm firing you.
Dude, this is the guy who fired Carlo Ancelotti after he did. I think there's only ever been 4 FA Cup and league doubles, right? Carlo Ancelotti has one of those. The next season he came second in the Premier League. He fired him at Wigan's boardroom. Not Carlo, let's go home, let's have a coffee.
Come, step inside here quickly.
The last game of the season where he came second in that second season, at Wigan, he said, can I use your boardroom? Carlo Ancelotti, we've already packed your stuff at home. Don't worry, it's already at your house. So Tuchel must understand there's no free lunch here. This is not Arsenal. This is not Arsenal. We move. It's not Dortmund here either. No, Roman doesn't listen to the fans. It's the Roman Empire for a reason. So I know. On Chelsea are now really, really on one. All right, let's move to Senzo's guys. Obviously, Manchester United, the prodigal son has come home. But James, show us who's gone out. Daniel James, I think that's good for both parties. He needs to play. I think he's got tremendous potential. Listen, when you see it written down like this, James, that graphic is unbelievable. By the way, this is proper. This is Rolls Royce. Jadon Sancho of the English kids is the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Rafael Varane, still 28, still a good age.
Rolls Royce.
And then Mr. CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean,
that's blockbuster.
What does this mean for Oli?
I said it. I said it. Less than 10.
Yeah.
Needs a cup.
Champions League. Or which cup is acceptable? Because League Cup.
FA Cups, man.
Okay, so we need the FA Cup. We need
bare minimum.
Quarterfinal Champions League, semi-final Champions League.
Semi-final.
Semi-final, you lose brutally to PSG. It's close.
And away goals don't count now, so there's.
Yeah, so it's got to be a brutal loss. It's not. We can't go PSG semi-final. We'll lose 8-0.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
No. Lose like 4-2.
Hey, when you look at it like this.
And league less than 10.
Okay, so what are some of the problems at United that I just don't know? Goalkeeper. I don't love the goalkeeper situation.
No, but like he's chosen now. Like, you know, I mean, he's...
Well, your boy's injured, hey? Henderson's injured. That's not him choosing.
Okay, but...
See, the right back situation, I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but it's limiting. Like, it is limiting to have a guy who, once he crosses the halfway line, he gets a nosebleed.
Yeah.
Because Trent, you know what you need, actually? Trent is limiting for Liverpool as well, is that...
He can't defend.
That's the problem, is really you need Reece James.
Or Luke Shaw.
And
Reece James, yeah, sure.
Because
no pun
intended. Shout out, it's the BB Dub time, right? Is there another BBW wingback right now operating in world football you can get on the right there? There isn't, eh? Yeah, no will. That is why. I've got no problem with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but he's a centre back. Really, what it feels like, you put a centre back at right back, a brilliant athlete. It's like having Rio Ferdinand at right back.
But
Pace.
this thing of Fred being
You know, I feel
need
for
to
Fred.
babysit.
I feel for Fred. You know why? Remember when he was playing at Shakhtar? He wasn't a holding mid.
That's true.
That's not
He
his.
was he was attacking properly.
Yes. Yeah, Fred was never a holding mid. I don't know if people realize that. It's like, it's not his fault. This is not his position. Ollie just saw, hey, you know, any black midfielder, you just put him at holding mid. Once he's athletic, you put him there, put him holding.
My thing is now, guys, about Tony and stuff like that,
Yep.
they're on the clock now.
Martial.
They're on the clock. We tried to get rid of him last night.
Anthony Martial. Cristiano Ronaldo is about to find out what
Do you
it's
know
like.
dodge the bullet as well?
Yep.
Jesse Lingard.
So he stayed, huh? Where does he play?
Carabao Cup.
Isn't that sad?
And then you play in the Champions League in December when, you know, we've done the business.
Yeah.
We've qualified. Yeah, what was that?
That is so sad. Jesse Lingard, come on, bro. And he's 30.
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Lingard obviously had the season of his life at West Ham, right?
Shout out Jay Lings.
He hasn't really had a chance to prove if he's the same player at Man United afterwards,
Yeah.
has he?
He hasn't, but
do you still think he's on the clock? Or because, I mean, we haven't seen much of like a Manchester United Jesse Lingard.
James, let
This
me put it to you like
season?
this. Sorry to cut you short, but let me put it to you like this. You showed us when Bruno came, right? And that when Pogba was injured for a while, you still didn't step up. The goals dried up when Pogba got injured. You still didn't step up. Now that there's extra threat from Sancho and Sierra Beck,
yeah.
what do you think that situation is going to improve?
But aren't those, correct me if I'm wrong, those are different positions, right? Like,
Well, he's not going to play in the middle, James. They play a two base DM situation.
Yeah, exactly.
With Pogba.
yeah.
So where's he going to play ahead of Bruno Fernandes? What are you smoking?
No, but so what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
Don't we think it's a little harsh that everyone hyped him up last season, right? Jay Lings, he's back, living his best life, West Ham star man.
Trust me,
and
it's easier
we
to
haven't
play for
given
West Ham
him
than it
a
is for
chance
United.
at Manchester United. Like we said last season, how the pressure at Man United was maybe too much for him. We haven't given him another chance since he's found this insane.
How's the pressure been somewhat alleviated with the arrival of Ronaldo, of Sancho?
And I just think for some people in life, James, is like not all of us are made to work. Let's say you're an accountant. Let me give you an example maybe you can relate to. If you're an accountant, not every investment banker or accountant can work at Investec or HSBC. Some people have to work in their family business. Like Jesse Lingard at Manchester United, it's not the same at West Ham. Is that some personality types, and Man United, and Paul Pogba is actually an expensive version, I believe, of Jesse Lingard, right? Some people need to be told that they're special, right? And I've told you this before. My father always says, and my dad's a chemical engineer. If you live in that world, you understand is just do your job. Is that some people, the world is a better place when people do what they must and they don't expect credit for it, which is how it rolls at Man United. Is nobody cares if you go and break a goal scoring record at United. We had George Best, we had David Beckham, we had Ryan Giggs, we had Paul
Ronaldo.
Scholes, we had Chris. So no, you don't matter. Nobody matters at Manchester United
Except Juan.
because there's only one matter. That's
Nicely
very
done.
that's very, very good.
Nailed it.
But I think with Jay Lings, he's trapped in the thing of
I grew up here.
He's not good enough to get Pogba attention, and even Paul Pogba's finding out at Man United is nobody cares, Chief. Paul Pogba has never had pushback in his life. He's always been the best player, the most talented, and the most looked after person wherever he's been because he is talented. It's not enough at Manchester United, and Jesse Lingard is finding out that even if it's your home club, Man United doesn't care, pal. It's a factory. It's a big, and he won't flourish in that environment because at Man United, what he did at West Ham is expected at Man United.
I mean, look what Bruno's doing. And Bruno has 2 bad games. Now we're like, hey,
And Bruno did that last season. I haven't heard anything about Bruno. Yet Man United, pal. We expect that. When Paul Pogba got a big wake-up call because for nearly double the fee, this guy came in half a season and blew the league away. And nobody have you heard anybody going, wow, Bruno Fernandes, outside of United fans, but the rest of the world goes, oh no, it's Man United. That's what you're supposed to do. Eric Cantona did that. We watched it. I grew up watching Eric Cantona doing exactly that. I watched Roy Keane destroying the league. Nobody says anything. People have forgotten that Roy Keane played for Man United.
Ruben story, bro.
So I just think, Jay Lings, good luck. Good luck. And maybe he stayed for home comforts. And who wouldn't want to maybe collect
Must I tell you
a
what would be
Champions League?
harsh? Sorry, just one more thing. What would be harsh? Watch Greenwood go cold for 2 games. Now people won't be like, oh, what's going on with Greenwood? No, but that's what I'm saying.
No, I like you suggesting that Greenwood's going to start. Sorry.
No, but
Cavani returns, Ronaldo returns.
You see what I'm saying?
And listen, guys, you don't buy a Bentley not to drive it.
Honestly.
I paid 70 billion for Sancho. If Ollie thinks he's going to rotate Sancho and that nonsense of, the hometown guy, Joel Glazer, I don't think he's been since you guys tried to destroy the football by rioting at your stadium there. Yeah. Joel Glazer pops on over and says,
and people think Ronaldo's not starting.
No, he says, Ollie, pop in here, chief. I remember that time I sent e-wallet 70 mil for Sancho. Where's my guy? I'm not, because I'm in America. I'm busy, man. We're selling property. I don't know if you know the Glazers. They sell all of more property there. I'm busy, man. I don't have time to come here. Sancho next week. Otherwise, you can apply for unemployment. There's no way Greenwood.
So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be Ronaldo
and Sancho.
Sancho, and then that other side, Rash feeding the kids. Let's go see.
The problem for Greenwood is, has he fed any kids? Because Marcus Rashford is. You don't think there's a brand attached to Marcus Rashford? Joel Glazer will fly over and say, hey, chief, we've sold this guy as the best human in the world as well. We need to see him. People are waking up at...
sell t-shirts and
listen, people wake up at 4 a.m. to watch this thing. We're trying to sell a brand that side. Rashford, when you rotate, you don't rotate Greenwood. They don't know the romantic story. Number 11, 10. What's Rashford?
10.
We're not here to play, man. So Greenwood must relax. Carabao Cup, etc.
Last 20 minutes.
That's it.
Guys
must relax. Greenwood, we've seen this before, chief. I saw Makeda score the greatest goal I've ever seen on debut against Aston Villa. I've never heard from him again. If Greenwood thinks he's arrived, I have some bad news for him. CR7 in the house. Senzo, good stuff today, pal.
Likewise, Jim.
Good stuff today, pal. Folks, remember, if you're just joining us for the very first time on YouTube, please subscribe. Click like. That's that one. That's the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. It has been an awesome show. Transfer season is over. We'll continue to chat about this and more as the week closes out. My name is MKT. This is the MKT Show. But for now, we are the hell out of here.